it. Hold it. Okay.
Good to go.
Fire.
Okay, I'm lodging a complaint to our younger selves of how stupid we are. Standing here as a 12th level character, I have 62 gold to my name currently, and let
Wait,
me get to it.
maybe.
And I I am wearing much like Gaspar, I am wearing a robe +1 resistance at 12th level.
Oh, a +1 cloak of resistance at
Yes,
12?
at 12.
Damn, welcome to the club, brokefighters.com. Okay, I have just put in Gabriel's Kintargo bank account 4,200 gold.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. You should just have more money than that, than zero. Josh, a +2 cloak of resistance is only 4,000 gold. So you could upgrade and have 200 gold left. Femic has also profited from your adventures. Oh, yes. And also, he has profited from his secret identity, which has been selling stupid shit in every one of my campaigns for months. And Femic / Calvin Carpenter has 11,000 gold. Yep, that makes sense. We see that
Wow.
shit everywhere. You've been tormenting poor Harrison for actual years. And here is his reward.
It's all coming up Millhouse.
I wouldn't torture you, drag you through the dirt for months and months without, recognizing the contribution of Calvin Carpenter.
Months and months. You've been dragging his ass for years.
I mean, in game, it's months and months, Josh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I also have, and here is a Carriers by Calvin shop over here underneath the Aberdeen Church. If you'd like to buy some Calvin backpacks. I also have $0.
They're really high quality.
Can I be next? Ayla, you have spent most of your money on spells. Yeah. You have 50 gold for real. Like, that's legit. I think that's what you should have. Now, I'm going to give you the same amount as Gabriel. I'll give you 4,200. Yay. I was looking at my sheet. I was like, I thought I had more spells than this. And it's probably because I fucking ripped them out to cast them as a scroll one time, and they're gone forever now.
Yeah, you have done that quite a bit as Caleb. Caleb is a pretty bullshit caster. You don't care.
That's not even a legit rule for Pathfinder. That's like a holdover from D&D 3 or 3.5. It's a cool rule, but we can be done with it. It does things to the balance of the game. Rexus Victicora says, through the course of this rebellion, I have annihilated my family's wealth built up over generations, and I now have only 32,000 gold in the bank. Oh, my word.
Oh.
How much did you have to start? You don't want to know. God damn, son. But I lost the family estates, the family businesses. Jillia says we will be restoring your family estate, although it is still burned to the ground and covered in graffiti and piss and shit. Citizens group vandalizing it. And it says dirty reb cuck slut, liberal F, TARD all over it. So I can cast some divination spells. Well, we won't need to do that. Okay. We can just let them go. But yeah, most of the Rexus we'll get you set Rexus says his headcanon is that all of the dudes who burned his house to the ground and peed and shit on it and vandalized it are the same ones that assaulted the Lucky Bones and got chopped to bits by Azraith Silverguard. With like 7 Fauchards going wham! That was the ugliest no spellcasters combat I've ever seen in this game. They were just constantly getting tripped and trying to stand up and getting clobbered by 2 or 3 people. It was nuts. Harrison, of course, Femic only pays material costs for Calvin Carpenter backpacks.
Excellent. uh,
Oh, I am wearing a badass breastplate. I did forget that though. So
I believe you're wearing Barzillai's breastplate.
yes, I have a +1 amulet and a +1 rope, but I got a badass breastplate and a badass
And you have a
sword.
plus
So
5 breastplate
yeah,
and a plus 4 artifact sword. Your
yeah.
gear is such a mismatch of dumb shit. Wild. I don't know why you have 2 rings of protection. I'm going to toss one.
One is a ring of evasion. One is a ring of +3, and one is a ring of evasion.
Okay, I will get you. You do have that. Yeah, I see the ring of evasion. But you also had 2 rings of prop for some reason.
Yeah, I should only have one ring of prep +3. I don't know where I got
Okay.
that, but
You got it. You have a belt of giant strength 2, headband of charisma 2, amulet of natural armor 1. Lol.
robe +1.
You have a robe. A robe?
A cloak. Sorry, I keep saying it's a cloak. Cloak resistance +1. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's the party shorting you on good cloak of resistance because your saves are already bullshit.
Yeah, paladin saves.
I have your current saves at 17 fort, 10 reflex standing there in heavy, heavy armor, and 11 will.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
Oh, I forgot I'm wearing goggles of the eagle.
You're supposed to have eyes of the eagle?
Yeah,
Yeah, I have that too.
we got on a kick of that for a while. I don't know why. We found him and decided that was the best item in the game.
It's like plus
Yeah.
5 of consumption for
Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's relatively cheap. Yeah.
Oh, don't forget my very nice clothes.
Oh?
Yeah, like the clothes I wore to woo the witch.
Oh. Would that be a noble outfit?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
Noble's outfit.
It's +4 to my charisma check.
Is it?
That's what I have written down on my sheet. I would not lie to you, Tubby.
Okay. Fancy clothes. +4 when to charisma checks when worn. I'll put that on your skills, charisma skills. So whenever you roll a charisma skill, that should flag and show up. Okay. Well, are you guys ready to look at what's going on?
I think so.
I need to briefly. Okay. All right. I figured we would start March 21st. I know that means so much to you guys,
Yeah.
but let's review a little bit. The timelines have been squished together as we like to do. Oh, that's why. Like, what the fuck? Where's half the shit? Okay. Meeting of the twins. Back here, back here. Okay. March 10th. Battle of Kintargo. March 9th. Battle of Kintargo. Gabriel is killed by an arrow fired by the Dotari chief, who himself was killed. Lothario has his bow.
I was gonna say, where did that bow go? That was a badass bow.
Lothario has it. The same
Good.
day, the technically compound is assaulted. Osman and his inner circle are killed. Croktaw's body is sucked up by a Roomba and she dies.
Still dead.
The same day, shipwreck survivors of the HMS Surprise, aka the Risen, agree to join the TPK crew and the pirates. March 10th, Gabriel is resurrected by Mantiche of Vyre, the Queen of Delights. No one knows or asks why she showed up to cast a 9th level spell on a lawful good paladin from another town, but she did it.
Everybody knows. It ain't no secret.
It's bugging.
They are fucking.
It's bugging.
There was a lot of that. She resurrected him.
Resurrection.
He lay dead. in the-
Resurrection.
They brought his body back to Bleak Bridge where he was killed, for she said that would be the best place to try and call him back. They wheeled him out, laid him down in the street. They had already removed the arrow from his eye and skull. And she placed her hands on his cheek and kissed his forehead and said his name over and over in more and more sultry and alluring tones. And then she kissed him and he awoke, fully healed, and
Fully.
returned to life.
Beautiful.
It's better than what you get in Sea Push. You get a dude shaking you awake saying, "Go!"
No time for questions.
We are leaving!
Also, you're a halfling now.
Alfred,
You're a
Alfred wakes up to Sirona screaming in his face.
Gabriel didn't even have negative levels, dude. Like, what?
Oh man, she cast
Has
a
a nice
she cast a good spell on him.
Chadriel.
That
I got
cost
the
her-
good shit.
That cost her
Yeah.
thousands of gold.
Oh
She didn't
my
blink
God.
at it.
That's how it is
Look
when,
at it.
when,
Of course, it's
when
just a
people
queen.
like you.
When you
Well-
when you booty call for an 18th level witch.
Damn.
So
Worth
on
it.
March 10th,
Streets.
Gabriel resurrected. Also March 10th, Rickety Squibs, an ancient dwarven stronghold, is found by Rickety Squibs. The soul of Brogan inhabits Storgrim's Acts. That happened. March 11th, the Kintargo, Barzillai Thrune, atop the devil-bonded dragon, Rivozair, destroys the Devil's Nursery orphanage. Clenchjaw dies, but saves 65 children from fire. Also March 11th, a town called Belda is liberated from the Glorious Reclamation by Freya and Co., and Freya wins a trivia contest against an ogre mage.
I remember that. Liberate's a strong word.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
No.
was about to-
Is that's not the no? You're thinking of Cantaria, where you left it in the hands of the doppelgangers. Belda is a different town.
They actually didn't like the reclamation there, if I remember right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Oh.
think we did such horrible things to the reclamation that was stationed there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The liberate still feels like the wrong word.
They
yeah.
didn't feel like they really wanted to be on either side after that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next day, party in Iron Gods. Oh, same day, March 11th. The party infiltrates the Palace of Fallen Stars, learns of the Black Sovereign's addictions. Also March 11th, a pack of Squabble's monkeys attacks the TBK crew. Bilge and Lil Von are quote-unquote recruited. Two of Josh's favorites, I know. March 12th, Machini El Guapo, disguised as Titus Vel, Jeffrey's character, is arrested for public drunkenness.
Yeah.
March
For
12th,
the umpteenth time.
yeah. March 12th, the Numeria party hunts the Juvi Tarask. March 13th, Freya and Co. conscript themselves as ship guards for the Ballerina, a cargo ship bound for Pezik. A town relatively near Ravenel. Very near. So the evil party is close at this day. March 14th, Barzillai, Thrun, and Rivazare defeated. Rivazare was killed by missile fire from Lothario and from Eleonones,
Yep.
the first mate of the Scourge of Belial Cassius ship. And when the dragon hit the ground very wounded, it was executed by Boudica, who then joined Gabriel in pummeling Barzillai Thrun for several minutes, and they couldn't figure out how to kill him. His regen capabilities were so potent. Gabriel eventually discovered his armored heart and pried it away from his... It was attached to, like bolted to the inside of his rib cage and spine.
Ah.
And Gabriel pried it free by cutting his skeleton apart with Redeemer and just crowbarring his heart out of his body.
I forgot about that.
At which point he finally died.
What?
These people are deeply evil. The guys that we
Yeah.
unseated, they knew they were going to lose the city. They were trying to finish a ritual to summon 4 Balrogs to just
Nice.
destroy the city. These are bad dudes.
Yes.
Also, March 14th, the day that Barzillai and Rivazare are killed, the Black Sovereign eats a heel burger and is cured of his addiction to Numerian fluids.
And a fight breaks out.
Also on March 14th, the Demon Wolves catch up to the Whispering Way at Feldgrau and attack the cult, interrupting their exhumations. Also on March 14th, Sipos returns to Lepstad, surrenders their city commission as deputized Ustalav marshals. March 14th is a big day.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Cephas is also the furthest forward in these timelines.
I've shuffled them around a little bit, but yes. March 15th, the pirate operation is dismantled. Dramus is left there with 40 corpses.
Yeah, remember that.
Nice.
That's when we farmed Jamal's shield.
March 16th, Bob Applewood kidnapped by Paracount Sethic and tortured for days.
Oh,
Bastard.
lovely.
March 17th, Seapus departs Lepstad via the South Road. They execute a gang of bandits and then turn east. No big deal. March 18th, a blue dragon, Bruce, attacks the governor's mansion at Pezek, and it burns. All prisoners from the jail are freed, and the area Strix tribes raid the city as all of its guards seems to be in disarray already. Pezek is in extremely bad shape after that night.
Oops.
March 20th, the party barge incident.
Oh, fuck me, dude. We fucked up.
I'm not going to say any more about that.
Wait. I want to know.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Dramus and co. are attacked. They think they are attacking, but they are in fact attacked by the Bellflower Network, the Underground Railroad of halfling slavery in Cheliax.
Awesome.
They free slaves, and the Hell's Vengeance Party are in pretty well direct opposition to the Underground Railroad, if that tells you anything about the party.
Mhm.
They fucking hate the Bellflower Network, and the Bellflower, it's mutual.
Yes.
We baited that team of high-level spellcaster Bellflower operatives, and we focused too much on baiting and not enough on what to do once they got there.
Oh.
Bellflower sent their absolute best. 4 high-level, super dangerous Hobbit operatives named Frodo, Merry, Pippin, and Sam.
And we got butt fucked.
Mm.
We
Got
barely
butt
escaped with our lives.
Dramus tanked. I forgot, like, they didn't know Dramus was immune to cold, but Dramus took like 100 points of cold damage in round 1,
It was
and then still nearly died from arrows. Like, I made Merry an archer, and Frodo's a Cohera. He's an arcane trickster.
yeah.
The chief issue was that we wanted the bait to be really believable, so we put Harrison on the deck pretending to be a slaver of halflings, and he did a really good job and was the first thing they shot.
Yeah.
So we should have, if we had
And
had someone
they
more
thought they were-
expendable do that.
They thought they were attacking a slave master buying slaves, and they
Ugh.
didn't hold back.
They went
nuts on
They
it.
went nuts on him. So that was the big
So he spent most of the combat on his back foot trying to survive.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal for them. They need Dramus to be in the backfield shooting somebody.
Yes.
Yep.
You don't want
He's
to.
a sniper.
Yeah.
He's a spellcaster, but he's really
Yeah. Yeah.
he melts one
Yeah.
person down.
Mhm.
That's on March 20th.
We
That
fucked it.
same day as Party Barge, the Thundering Tyrant is seen in West Shutterwood near the Standing Stones, and Cepos does not engage.
That would have been the end of that campaign.
And that's where we will start on March 21st, the next day. And for tonight, you are having food and drinks and coffee in a room with 25 people while the entire town is in recovery from the Battle of Cantargo, which was 6 days before. It is 6 days since there was absolute war in the streets in this town.
Bad shit.
The Chelish Navy sailed around. Part of the reason Pezek had to be crippled was the Chelish Navy wanted to sail past it, and Pezek had batteries that faced out to sea, and there's a narrow sea. It's a bottleneck to get to Cantargo. You have to go by Pezek. And so Pezek being in disarray, the Chelish Navy sailed right up the channel and into Cantargo Bay, and were about to start firing cannons into the civilian areas to quell the rebellion, to put down the rising. And they were met with these guys and the city and the Knights of the Torrent, these Hell Knights that they recruited, and the Silver Guard that Charles trained to be just deadly pikemen, defended their hideout. And they basically split up all over the city. It was they hate splitting the party, but in this case they did it. And Caleb defended the library by himself
Yeah.
with just a summoned gorilla. It was literally 100 Dotari versus one gorilla.
So cool.
I forgot about the gorilla. Oh shit.
I disguised it as me.
He summoned
they
a
came to
magical
arrest him.
gorilla, disguise other on it, so it looked like him. Put like heroism, haste, bull's strength, bear's endurance. Like fucking shield of. He roided everything. He devoted his entire spell catalog that day to buff gorilla, and the Chelish Citizens group, which is like the recreational Nazis. Think like
Yeah.
the Proud Boys. January 6th motherfuckers came to burn down the library, and they got 1v20'd by this gorilla. Caleb was invisible, flying around the room, buffing it the whole time.
That is
Hilarious. That is
actually monkey.
actually ape.
Actually ape.
Actually
Yeah,
ape.
you're right. Not actually monkey. Yeah. Actually ape.
That is the definition of
That episode is ape behavior.
ape
Yeah.
behavior.
Ape behavior.
Yeah, yeah.
Magic ape ball.
I can't remember which one of you was at the Scourge of Belial when it was attacked, but your favorite one of Cassius Crew,
Frisky Jim.
Frisky Jim,
Frisky
was
Jim.
killed.
Frisky Jim was killed.
Frisky Jim was
Frisky
melted
Jim.
by the dragon.
Almost made it.
The Scourge of Belial burned to the waterline. It's utterly destroyed. It was the one big ship they had. And
I think Nigel might have been there.
Yeah, and
Nigel?
Cassius survived. His first mate, Eleononis, survived. She's a gunslinger. Gabriel, Oswraith, and somebody else went to Bleakbridge, which is where they knew the fighting would be the worst. The Dotari, the city is, there's the North Cantargo and South Cantargo, and there's a bridge between them, but it's not just a bridge. It's like a 40-foot wide bridge with houses and buildings and stores built into it. It's a
Oh, that makes
huge
me
bridge.
anxious.
And underneath, it's still got enough clearance for small to medium boats to go under. And so Bleakbridge is like the farmer's market. It's like Market Row, all like people. And they had closed it down, and you couldn't get through it without showing ID and having papers. They had the whole city under martial law.
I'm looking at him.
And Gabriel got shot in the eye. Oswraith got killed, but he had the Song of Silver on him, so he breath of life right back. And they basically defeated the city's guard on that bridge.
Um,
And then they had the other big fight with them in front of the Opera House, which has become the official headquarters of the rebellion. Jillia has resumed her office there, which is ironic because she was underneath the Opera House for the last 6 months,
Yeah.
locked up as a vampire. They killed her and resurrected her, and reinstated her as Lord Mayor after they murdered the other Lord Mayor. So, in Kintargo, the terrorists have won. Yeah, actually.
They're freedom fighters if they win.
Oh, that's true. Go, Sid.
Look at that old Femic token.
Oh,
Oh, he's got.
he's
Oh.
dead.
This is the exact map that I was. Okay. It was into.
These I wasn't using this because it has tokens on it, but
Mhm.
this is the city, and you can see the north side, south side. Stop the docks. Stop.
And it's in Cheliax, or it's neighbored by it.
Northern Cheliax.
Northern
Let's look at
Cheliax.
that too. You are here. You are here.
Okay.
And Pezak is here, see? So
Mhm.
the Chelish Navy, bastards that they are,
Bastards.
they came sailing up here, right into Kintargo Bay,
Yeah.
to start some shit. And some of their ships were sunk during the battle. Some were, oh, let's see, what's this map? This map is also kind of fucked and out of date. Cool. Yeah, we'll get to that one. But basically, this is this is Bleak Bridge over here for you, Sid.
Yeah. 1-6. Yeah. Yeah. Right by Clench Jaws.
Yeah, Clenchjaws was destroyed.
Oh.
Clenchjaw himself was killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're by the holding house.
You guys have run of the entire city, basically. See, I should make this map so you guys can always get to it if you want. There we go. Targo City map. So let me get
Oh,
my
nice.
calendar back. Let me get my notes back. I am still relearning all this stuff.
Mm.
I'm partially repeating all this to you guys for my own sake. Everyone's leaving. I'm alone at the
No.
table. Right in the middle of my monologue, they all just fucking up and left.
I'm here.
I'm
here,
here.
Toby.
Thanks, guys. So
I got
guys
you.
You guys get all the treasure. Each of you has 100,000 billions.
That's why. Remember who your friends.
And you have +5 dongers. +5 adamantine dongers.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I want one. Nope. You AFK during my cadenza. Fuck you.
Okay.
So cute. Doesn't look comfy. Greg's laying on like a shirt.
The fuck?
What?
Fucking fly tried to go in my ear. I reached for it and grabbed it between my fingers. That was the weirdest shit ever.
Hell yeah.
I hate that. I hate that for you.
fuck, that was awful. Okay,
I have killed 3 gigantor flies
it was huge.
in here today.
It was fucking huge,
I
man.
don't know how they survived all winter in the house, but they did it. They're huge and dumb, and it's their last day to live, and they know it.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh, wait. Greg?
Yeah,
Yeah. She goes into like gargoyle mode sometimes.
it's so silly.
Yeah. She just got to keep an eye on shit.
Yep. Typical cat.
You need an extension for that. We have longer
Each
ones.
would be just in the
Just
range,
barely.
but I
Move
don't
that
want you to
water
worry
down
about.
there, causing me and Tim both
Yeah.
anxiety.
With-
Laptop
oh!
anxiety with your gallon of water touching your MacBook. Not that we don't trust you, so we don't trust ourselves.
I don't trust-
Physics,
yeah.
Earth,
Yep. This table,
chance,
Greg.
Greg,
Region is very overdue for an earthquake.
console. That's true.
Wait, specifically why?
Yes, but
Which
moving
one?
on. We're playing the game now. The New Madrid fault line. San Madrid fault line.
If I could resume. You are in a coffee shop, Laria Longroads, which was badly damaged and vandalized at one point. A lot of repairs going on, but you are in here with what is now the elite of the city. You are in here with Julia Bainless, the Lord Mayor, who is having a sandwich and a hot cup of tea next to Octavio Sabinus, the leader of the Hell Knights of the Torrent. They're having a conversation about how much they hated each other before the Thrones came to town, and smiling and laughing, having tea. Nigel and Boudica and Oswraith are sitting with their captains of the Silver Guard and a bunch of papers and maps of precincts. And they're discussing which one of Oswraith's super badass soldiers will be the captain over an entire neighborhood of the Dotari, since they are purging the Dotari upper and middle leadership and keeping the Dotari lower ranks. And they're going through the records, pulling police records, what little records there are with Asmodeans. They tend to only keep records that they make them seem, reflect well on them. They redact everything else. They're looking for Dotari who spoke up about all the horrible shit and were thrown in jail. They're looking for citizens who were thrown in jail in Bogostar. The prisons are all full. And Boudica, Oswraith, Rexus, Octavio, they are going through like cell by cell, line by line, arrest record by arrest record, thousands of arrests, trying to figure out who was actually beating their spouse and should stay in jail, and who just spoke up against Thrune injustice and was thrown in jail as a political prisoner. Because they're going to let those people out. And we're going to keep the wife beaters locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably good.
But they're not going to go Trump style and just open the doors. They're going to go case by case and be thoughtful and careful about it. But that's going to take weeks and tens of thousands of man hours. And the only soldiers they have that they really trust are those that were allied with the Silver Ravens. They just don't trust any of the mid to upper level Dotari. And they killed all 5 of the Dotari leadership in battle. They fought. And they were all dropped eventually. The detective corps of the Dotari also generally needs to be purged because they were just investigating trash talk against Barzillai. vandalism against Barzillai. Anything that offended a dear leader had to be dealt with. But the Detective Corps also did some things, according to Boudica, Oswraith, and Octavius. They slow walked a ton of shit. They bureaucratically fought back in a passive aggressive kind of career stubborn ass civil servant sort of way. And so they're not firing the entire Detective Corps yet.
You say the Detective Corps is also a wing of the Dotari?
Yeah, the Dotari is, I mean, it's associated with Cheliax because every cop in Cheliax is Dotari. But Dotari really, I think, just means protector or shield or something like that. It just means police. And so Kintargo at this point is still calling them Dotari. And they're still wearing the Dotari outfits. They're still wearing red and black.
Mm.
But every precinct of Dotari in the city now answers to one member of the Silver Guard, which are Oswraith's and Octavio's. They either answer to the Hell Knights of the Torrent, who have temporarily, the Hell Knights say they will not, they're not willing to be in charge of anything in the city. That's not their mandate, but they will temporarily serve as like sergeants in the Dotari.
If you want to get him into silver and blue really quickly, I know a good leatherworking shop that would love to accept that contract.
Oh,
Wow.
in fact, as you talk about that, Julia says, "Oh yeah, people. Ever since I've been back to life, literally, people have been talking about this Calvin Carpenter, and Julia says, I hear that you guys actually know him or have like a staff discount or something with him. Can you arrange that for the city? Can you negotiate for us with your friend and get him to cut us a deal?" And the whole time Rexus is just staring at Femic, just we'll see what we can arrange, as he rolls his eyes and walks away to get more champagne.
I hear he's a shrewd businessman.
Yeah. Straya Vistori is here. She runs the Tiefling Orphanage. Kintargo has the highest concentration of Tiefling kids of any city in the world. Cheliax has the highest percentage of Tieflings of devil relation for reasons. And the Tieflings are treated as second-class citizens. They're not usually enslaved quite as often as the Halflings, but they tend to be very poor servant-level people. They're, for example, not allowed in the Dotari as of, yesterday. Today's a new day. And Straya is here. She and the orphanage helped at various points, and you guys helped them early on in your career. You actually hid and stayed or protected and slept in one of the orphanages for a couple days at some point.
I remember that.
And that got you close to Clenchjaw, who was a real ally to the Silver Ravens in a lot of ways, with supplies and hiding and networking and stuff.
Didn't we burn his bar down?
His bar was burned down. It was partially Jeffrey Punsky's fault, as many things are in my world.
Yeah.
My version of Galarian has been just deeply marred by Jeff Punsky. In one character or the other, and yet every time he has caused irreparable harm to my world, his character has somehow survived while others perished. Clenchjaw dead. His bar burned down. Jeffrey alive. Jeffrey threw the grenade that burned it down. And in Ceepus, Jeffrey's character, Brent's character, dead. Jeffrey's character alive.
Don't know where?
The only original OG member of Ceepus. Thought dead. On paper, he's dead. In reality, he's somewhere.
We never found his zombie.
Nope.
Yeah.
So Straya is here. Again, this room is just... Yeah.
Charles has said, prep my horse. ODST dropping in.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I don't have new art for him yet, but we'll get to that. And Shensen, who you guys literally called back from
Abaddon?
Abaddon,
Yeah.
next door to hell. She had been turned to stone by Barzillai, and the statue of her was kept in the Opera House, which he took as his office and home as Lord Mayor. And you managed to contact an angel?
Tyrael was plane shifted by Jason to Abaddon, and he
In
found
one
her.
campaign, you sent the angel to hell, but he
Oh,
controlled his interplanar halo drop and managed to land in Abaddon instead of hell. Is it Abaddon or Abaddon?
I think Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Abaddon?
I always thought Abaddon sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Abaddon sounds cooler.
I think Abaddon because it reminds me of the band ABBA.
Yeah. Abaddon sounds like you're a redneck saying, yeah, it's
He's
Abaddon.
Abaddon.
He's bad.
someone who never learned how to pronounce L's and is saying the Disney movie.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Abaddon.
Man.
Hey, what? So, Shensen was one of the first victims of Thrun when he came to town, and you guys freed her, and she is one of your staunchest, most devoted allies. She is the most famous actor in the city. She is the most beloved musician. She ran a high-end instrument and clothing shop that Barzillai burned to the ground. She lost everything in that. And she was basically returned to the dead by you guys, returned from the dead. So these are your allies. And of course, Laria Longroads was your first ally that hid you underneath her coffee shop. Your first hideout was underneath the Longroads coffee shop. And so she is your oldest ally as the rebels. And during the battle for Kintargo, you knew that the Dotari, that Barzillai would send assassins to kill her. And you sent Suriel, the angel you pulled out of Abaddon. And he man-fought an entire squadron of Dotari and frankly embarrassed them.
He's a tough bastard. He's a hound archon. Good dog.
Isn't that the one you played his arc when he? That's different.
Yeah, after he got plane shifted, we played a one shot as him.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that Charles hit him with a dismissal from the evil guys. And we rolled, and yeah.
Didn't.
Dismissal normally sends a planar creature back to its home plane, but Charles rolled some wacky 1 in 100 result that sent him to a random
To
plane.
dis in hell.
Yeah, and we rolled where he ended up. And he managed to land in a survivable place, but a horrible
Which one?
place. Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Oh, is that what I was looking? I was looking at the layers of hell.
ABADDON. Yeah.
Just looking at. Continue.
And tomorrow morning, an hour after sunrise, right around 8-ish, Jilia will address the entire city at the Opera House. Thousands of people will come. Rexus will announce that she is reinstated as Lord Mayor, but the whole city already knows and they're happy about it. She will announce not only that runes have been pushed out of Kintargo, but they've been banished from Ravenel. And Ravenel is seceding from Cheliax as its own state. And tomorrow is Ravenel Independence Day.
Hey, Liberation Day.
Liberation Day. March 21st.
Definitely.
It's him!
Why is Harrison in a different spot, man?
I don't know. We don't know, man. You don't ask these questions.
Hey, Toby.
Hey, Charles!
You look the same.
Oh, yeah, well. hasn't been that long.
It hasn't been that long. No, it hasn't.
Very impressive. But
Well, pop in. Do you have the address for the foundry?
I don't. Is it
One sec.
pinned somewhere?
Yes.
In the Hell's Bubbies channel, I put the link. That should take you there.
It's not Jason. That is evil. It's
Oswraith.
Yeah. We've got Sydney playing, and given that the next thing you guys are going to do is person by person murder everyone in an entire town, and the requirement of your ritual is that they be innocent and have died that day, I thought this would be more enjoyable for Sydney.
Right, that was.
and also I meant my password for my character profile. I
You
know
don't
the
remember your
evil
password?
is. I know evil is Jason.
Is his password not Oswraith? AZW.
Mine didn't have a password.
Yeah, mine didn't either.
Oh,
AZW. Yeah, it might be no password.
the good old no password trick. Got him. Got me.
The good old password
we-
field needs to be empty trick.
Look, security is tight.
Toy,
Tight,
no.
tight. Tight.
Toy. It's toy.
Oh shit! I forgot. You know, I'm gonna use Chrome. Don't use Chrome.
I'm gonna use Chrome.
It's better in Firefox, or I use Opera GX, but
Yeah, let me switch to Firefox.
it can work in Chrome if you're. I noticed that
No, it's
Chrome
poopy doo doo.
on Macs, M1 Macs are so overpowered for this shit that they can handle it in Chrome.
Now we're in Harrison's bed.
Yeah,
Y'all are on my
Bed with
work
Harrison.
laptop. I'm in bed with Harrison.
it's better to just not think about it.
Listen, this is a coveted.
This is
Oh,
a
is it
coveted
now?
position.
Is it not?
He's about
Whoa.
to tell us that Harrison's lap is a coveted position. I believe is what he's about to say.
Whoa, what's this calendar? I'm gonna just close it.
You can close it. Charles, I'll give you the super, super fast review.
Mm.
6 days ago, you guys killed Barzillai Thrune. You had the Battle of Kintargo. You died, but came back to life from a Breath of Life spell. Gabriel died, came back to life because of Mantiche. And 6 days of fighting, putting out fires, rescuing people, trying to bring food to people, clean water, etc. 6 days of that shit, and you guys are tomorrow.
Saturday, May 17th, 8th. Show notifications. Messages. Grouped. Now. Chris Abel. Hell's Puppies.
Hey, Dutch, your phone's going fucking berserk.
Oh, sorry.
Tomorrow, Kintargo and the county of Ravenel are declaring their independence from Cheliax. So tomorrow morning is Independence Day.
Oh yeah.
And your Silver Guard, seen here, I didn't think you were coming, so I didn't do new art for you. But your boys.
That's
got new
okay.
art.
This is new art for me. At least in my mind palace, I don't recall this art.
Well, it's okay because we're gonna get you new art because we like AI slop for everything.
Yeah.
Since AI's pure evil always and it can't draw fingers, we've decided to use it for everything.
I was catching her up on some lore stuff that I haven't thought the mic had got.
Yeah, so it's just Discording questions soon. I'm just letting you know.
So tomorrow's Independence Day. Tonight you're having dinner with your 20 most trusted fellow rebels who are not rebels anymore. They are now revolutionaries. And your silver soldiers, after distinguishing themselves in the Battle of the Lucky Bones versus the Chelish Citizens Group, each one of your soldiers, you're like 11 soldiers, 10 or 11, are being given a different precinct to captain, and they're being put in charge of the Dotari in that area.
Oh, okay.
So your soldiers are now the police force.
Hell yeah.
The Akasazi, the aquatic elves, have been given jurisdiction of all the waterways in and around Kintargo. They protect the shipping lanes and they govern that area. And Corva's crew has become the Silver Scout Corps, which also answers to basically Octavio, Boudica, and Oswraith are like the war council of Kintargo now.
Whoa.
Woo! And so, is there anything you need to do before tomorrow? Oh, also, I think actually, you guys, that the reason you guys don't have any money is because it was all held communally in a Google Sheet.
Oh, fuck! It
Oh,
was.
that's right.
Oh,
Hold on.
what
Hold
an
on, let me go-
imbecile!
Let me go data mine real quick. Give me one
I have
second.
it. I definitely have it. Hold on.
Yeah, I think I definitely
Shared-
And I
have
have
it.
not.
It was shared between Charles and Harrison at least.
I had it too. There were 2 tabs for rebels and vengeance.
Oh, here. Go in Hell's Bubbies. This is the link right there.
Oh, it's being used.
I
Oh my
definitely
God.
think Vengeance is definitely not up to date at all, but Rebels, I think we were really good at.
Hell's Campaigns loot, modified March 2021. There's a tab for Migo Street Fuck Dungeon.
That was Harrison and I concocting what the cost was and the spells that we wanted there.
Mm-hmm.
This was a night
Oh.
away.
Look, this is where we were doing the Silver Ravens minigame.
It was House Bubbies.
Yep, Rex's Demagogue, Octavio Partisan, Benjen,
It's a text
Recruiter.
group.
Okay,
Haven't been edited yet.
Oh.
cool.
Oh.
I had forgotten we were doing this in here. That's fucking hilarious. Okay,
All these fucking scrolls and shit, yeah.
we got a fucking.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
man.
what's the fuck was the Silver Ravens thing? Jesus. Really doing a whole
That's-
ass thing.
Your rebel organization is the Silver Ravens.
Yeah, I just meant like this table. We were doing a whole ass thing.
Okay, we had about 55,000 gold. The total.
I've put some cash on you guys.
We can sort this out later.
Yeah, but if you want to buy anything right now,
Maybe a potion. That's a.
oh, you
Yeah.
have a business.
Oh. Oh yeah, I do.
Sort of like Femic has Calvin Carpenter, you have Falco Steel.
Falco Steel.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the one of the most respected blacksmiths in town. Your
Yes,
father
I do.
built it up over decades. Incidentally, you are here tonight at the dinner as Lore Falco, not as the Silver Raven, because it's hard to eat and socialize in a mask. And Lore was known to be, your public identity is known to be a supporter of the Silver Ravens. Now it's come out that you made gear for the Silver Ravens and you helped them, and so you basically risked your whole business and everything by supporting them. But now it's paid off. Everybody in town wants to buy from you now that they know you're the secret source of Silver Raven arrows and armor repairs and weapons.
Given-
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. They're like,
They
oh,
killed it.
she was involved from the start. That Lore, she's so smart.
This whiskey that she.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then, of course, in her alter ego, she was actively running around with them,
Yeah.
murdering cops.
Yeah. Baby.
When they got captured by the cops and were being tortured by the cops in the cops fuck dungeon, it was Caleb and Lore and Nigel.
No, that was it. Kevin Lore.
Caleb and Lore went in and freed them.
That was
Pretty
bad.
badass.
It was a
very,
bad time.
very sketchy mission.
Bad time, Bob.
Yeah, and Femic, make sure you're only paying half cost for any Calvin Carpenter item, including Sea Snake, the cologne.
Yes, all right.
See it there in the chat?
Yes.
And I told Tim this. I said I offloaded all my mental bandwidth onto him as he is the spellcaster of this party. All I need in my inventory is some healing potions, and I'm A-okay for whatever the fuck is gonna happen. Because I just turn off my brain when I'm playing this character.
Oh,
Turn off my brain and go hit the thing.
Yeah.
you're giving me a lot of money.
Well, that's
My
your
business-
business's
yeah.
money. That's
Yeah.
you know
Holy fuck.
she would never deplete more than 25% of that for her own shit. And she already has amazing gear, but she could
Does
she could at any point spend say 25% of that on potions if she wants to.
I was gonna probably get it.
Like I said, she's like a blue collar Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't quite go berserk like Bruce Wayne does, but she,
We'll take it.
if things had gotten much worse, she was ready to just take everything that, you know, her business had. She moved her father to a safe location. He's very old. He doesn't live at the shop anymore. And she was ready to liquidate it all and just go to war. Like, fuck it, what's the point of running a shop in a city where you can't even walk down the street? So that's where we were.
I'm gonna buy some.
Let's go shopping for potions, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't got anything in my inventory.
Yeah, I think it got eaten. One game that Foundry.
No,
Have we ever played Rebels in Foundry?
I'm not sure if we have.
I
I
don't
don't think
recall.
I don't
I
believe so.
I think we maybe haven't, and that's why you guys have got basics, but not money, and not potions.
Crazy.
That's why I'm giving you some money. Bop on over to the potion shop and get your shit.
Yeah, just get a few Cure Series potions to guzzle down.
That's right.
Bits and bobs.
No, I was doing.
Guzzle.
Tainted Potion of Haste gives diarrhea DC 24.
Why the fuck would we have that?
Why is that in there? That's definitely just some fucking min-max dumb bullshit we were trying to do.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us that we have that at all?
Maybe it was from one of those times we were about to go in a big fight and we're like, Toby, we didn't take the things. Can we have something? And you were being nice.
Being nice by giving you diarrhea. Okay.
Yeah, but at least we got haste. Use that haste action to shit ourselves in the middle of combat.
Maybe this is around the time we were playing the video game Scum, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
honestly,
that's good.
that's a really accurate guess. It's probably a really good guess. My shit do not want to work. Oh, it's running in Firefox. Who has done this?
What shit?
Foundry.
Lame, but yeah, well,
Give me a second. I'll find someone. And then
would it be prudent for me to acquire either freedom of movement
Yes.
or a
Yes.
resto? Yeah, I felt like that's what my pick.
And what was the other one? That's better.
Any resto.
I can cast some of those.
Okay.
Not too many because I'm lost on my shit. Broken and lost on my shit.
Well, I don't mind you guys if you want to spend from the Google spreadsheet where Charles said there's 50,000 gold.
I'm managing my finance.
Girls are happiness tonight. Come on, baby, come on.
Says to your father.
You knew I was just exulting.
Over everything.
Anyway,
That's right. So we'll do a little bit more shopping. Tim, would you secure some healing potions and chuck them on Gabriel?
yeah, my foundry is reloading, but if you give me a minute, I can do that.
Okay.
Alright, Josh, you're gonna get a cure light.
And that's gonna have to do ya.
Let me see what I get, buddy.
I'm actually looking at my sheet. I've got 2 cure mods already, and I've got almost 100 charges of cure light wand.
You said you had cure mod?
I have 2 potions of cure mod.
Putting those on your sheet?
I have 55. I have 1 full wand, 50 charge wand of shield, and 1 with 5 left on it.
I'm just gonna give you 1 wand of 50.
55 should be 55.
50.
55.
One of cure light.
I have 91 charges of cure light.
Put 2 of those on there.
I have 17 charges of infernal healing.
Huh? 17 infernal healing. Okay.
I've got a
1
push of
second.
bull strength.
10 for the healing, and then it's essential.
7 ahead.
Okay, got it. Bull strength?
Yeah, I've got a potion of bull strength.
That's kind of silly. You've got a belt of giant strength. Full strength will add a little bit though.
Yeah, I probably did. We probably just got it from somewhere, and I just kept it. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, what else?
A potion of enlarge person,
Okay.
and a potion of invis.
The bad guys wondered what that incredibly loud stomping and clanking sound was. It's the invisible paladin. Okay, so I do that, and then I go over to the macro writer, and I run the item.
Creating item macros.
There it goes.
Item macros completed.
We should now have a macro for all them fucking items.
I just
2.
Yes.
I must find where I wrote down how many kills I have. I forgot that was my character's thing. Associated with the weapon.
God, we might have to get into Roll20 to figure that shit out.
That's still up. Well, 20 still exists.
Roll20
Yeah.
still exists.
You can play it. You can play it as an applet inside Discord.
It has barely fucking progressed in terms of features.
Restore game. What happens if I do that?
Nothing. It should work.
You get teleported into the game like Jumanji.
Yeah. Enjoy your Jumanji evening, Charles.
I just want to see if I wrote it in a note in there. That makes
I
sense.
cast Flesh to Stone into my counterspell ring. So if anyone Flesh to Stones me, it gets counterspelled.
Okay.
I'll be right
I
back.
don't want to be a rock.
Cool.
Did we ever decide if you have freedom of movement on and you get Flesh to Stone, do you not turn into stone until freedom of movement expires?
I don't know, but I guarantee you there is a lengthy Reddit thread on that. So
I found one once, and the nerds were like, "Well, actually."
what's
Wow.
amazing now is you can take that thread and give the link to GPT
Yeah.
and go, "What is the consensus here?" And it'll be like, "Well, 27
Wow.
out of 52 nerds."
A bunch of fat dweebs. Fuck.
When was the last time we used fucking Roll20? Because
Roll-
this is I did find the note. It is a screenshot.
Dude,
look at the end of the note. What the fuck?
Where'd you go?
Hell's
And
Bubbies.
just look at the screenshot. The note
Heavy
says
breathing.
heavy breathing.
Oh my god.
Kurose.
Let me reformat the note into
92 kills. Spain.
Oh, I've hit the
No.
max already on all the things.
Yeah, I think you unlocked everything for your weapon.
That's all that matters. But I
There's
keep
only
it
a
now
couple.
for
There's
posterity.
Freya's belt is not fully unlocked, and Reese's bow is not fully unlocked.
My ring could do a few more things.
Oh, that's true. The counterspell ring needs. Well, you're just waiting for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I haven't unlocked all of Redeemer, have I?
Um, you may have. It is.
Oh, that is nice though. Hmm.
There is some stuff you could unlock on Redeemer, I guess. I don't actually understand how any of it works, so. For whatever reason, Foundry believes that Redeemer is worth 245,000 gold.
Oh my.
So you could just sell it and start a new
Yeah.
campaign. Don't know who could afford that in the city at this time.
You could buy your birthright with the money.
What the fuck? Your armor is also 200,000 gold. You basically have more wealth than most of the party in 2 items. And then the rest of your stuff is average.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I have down that I have to kill 10 greater evils, and I've killed 2. For
Okay.
some reason, I'm keeping track of my crits. Confirm crits. I have to fight 25 undead or kill a ghost, and I killed Gilead. She counts as a ghost. That's what I have written down.
Oh, well, the vampire's worse than a ghost, so yeah, that counts.
But I don't know if that counts as towards the ghost total or if that counts towards the greater evil. So I don't know.
Well, we'll figure that stuff out. Are you guys ready for tomorrow?
Yeah.
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 You spend the rest of the evening in comfort and merriment, enjoying drinks and food of the finest available.
Merriment.
Yes.
I was gonna say that.
Banana.
Oh, I do?
Would you make me a Dr. Pete?
Can I have another wine?
What?
You just one.
Thanks, Tanner. Oh. No?
Thank you.
Banana.
Let's celebrate the liberation
Banana.
of town.
Banana.
Banana. Josh and Charles and Harrison.
Mm.
Wow.
He's
You're
looking
in.
through a spreadsheet
Yeah.
of money from 10 years ago when he was just a child.
Truly just a
Is my
bad.
queen still
Actually-
in town?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Wait.
How do I adjust the volume in Firefox?
Was that too loud? You
Oh.
might have to go to your Windows mixer, or Firefox
Yeah, that's
might have
true.
a volume slider at the top.
I'm gonna have to mute this. Darn.
Have to mute what?
Have to mute the tab that I have this open in because I don't want it to double play. Unless
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys-
just use Toby's audio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then I do have to mute it.
Well, you turn down the volume on your computer overall. You
Yes,
shouldn't
true.
need your computer's volume for anything,
No.
as long as you can hear the boys okay.
Oh, everyone sounds great.
That's
I got freedom of movement and 3 Cure Serious potions. I have a Wand of Invisibility that has 32 charges left.
Cool.
Is there anything else? Here, I have to make sure I am actually staying at only 25% of what I had. So
I'd
give me a
say
second.
use your discretion if you see anything else you want, but generally I think we're pretty well
Yeah,
poised.
me not being able to.
Can't help but notice that. Oh, never mind. That's the wrong page.
Hell yeah.
Never mind.
Hell
Still
yeah.
have 80, so okay. Percent. So I only used- Oh,
Charles, do you have a token on this page? Are you hiding under somebody?
I did have a token.
Oh, maybe I'm on him.
Did you delete it?
No, it can't be. I couldn't have done that.
Yeah, you have the power to delete tokens. There you go. Yeah, you moved it to a funny place. This is the Temple of Abadar. You can buy shit there.
Dabba dabba.
This is Falco Steel. You can buy shit there.
I'm gonna get 1 potion of resto just in case, because you said you.
This is Calvin Carpenter, a luxury line of special bags.
Oh, you know it well.
Mhm.
Actually, let me find the other Calvin gear real quick.
Did I not? Fuck. Why haven't we done it? Here we go.
I need to put the random gold amount in my body.
Yeah. See, Calvin Carpenter is also the local outfit for Castra, which is the in-game equivalent of La Croix.
Mm.
Calvin also has connections to the south, so he can import Golden Wake mead from the Shackles. He can also import the cheapest and worst tasting rum in all of the Shackles.
No, what's it called? The bullseye.
Bullseye rum. But
God.
because it's from far away, in Shackles it's 7 gold, but Calvin charges 55 a bottle here in Kintargo for that goat piss.
It's fuck. You can take
Markup's
damage.
incredible.
Markup is incredible. He also
It's a carrot.
sells Caden Brew teeny kegs at incredible markup. So you can buy basically $18 Guinness from Calvin.
Like this time I accidentally deleted my character again.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you haven't played much Boundary, but if you ever tap delete with your character selected or backspace, you will instantly delete your token. Do not pass go. Like $200.
Thank you, Anna. There you go.
keep going.
Calvin Carpenter also sells several luxury wines from the
Oh.
Calipus area of the Blood Kiss vineyard.
Blood kiss.
And due to his Numerian connections, he sells Brow Brew, which is also a terrible beer. Only Ulfred likes it. At incredible markup. Basically selling PBR for $5 a pop.
God.
Beast Brew, which Calvin has convinced the locals is a luxury brand from Ustalav. 5 gold per mug of Beast Brew. They are 1 gold per club.
Easy.
Easy money. Desert Coffee from Numeria.
That shit's valuable.
Of course it is. That's why he triples the price.
Oh, rat boy.
Look.
Green
For
grape.
a good cause.
Alert. Capitalism. Alert. Alert.
Rat boy.
Now, if you cast air bubble while you were already underwater, do you think that the air bubble should be full of water as soon as it is
You're right. That would be shittier.
like because you make a bubble of air around your head, but if there's already water in that space, Then you just make a bubble of air filled with water.
Calvin's
I cast water.
Calvin's import logistical machine is able to import all the way from Numeria whack juice.
Oh, say
Play the
no.
song.
It's only you can play the song if you want, but it's 25 gold a bottle.
Even for
Or
me?
or a carton.
For homies like me?
Yes, especially for
Yeah, the
Distribution
Castro.
is out of my hands.
We should have, Gabriel, we should have let him hit the fucking vault of Abadar. Then maybe he'd cut us in on his schemes a little bit more.
Nope, can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
You would lose some powers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he sells, made right here in Cantargo, Nut Onya, luxury spread by Calvin Carpenter.
classic.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good shit.
Smear refinement in paste form across the bread of your life. Nutonia is a nut butter made from the sac of the most robust harvest of Taldania nuts. Taste the nut of generational talent.
Respect the nut.
Respect it.
Respect it.
He also sells Supple, a wine by Calvin Carpenter. Made from the finest potatoes
Oh,
in exclusive farms in Ravenel. And it's enjoy a glass of premium and refined flavor.
smegma.
So there you go.
Okay, tight.
Just if you want to RP as a real Cantargoan, you have to spend $25 on a beer. From
See,
Ustalov.
yeah. Tariffed beer.
Yeah, tariff beer. The tariff is just him. It's
Mhm.
Calvin though.
Those are CTs.
He blamed Barzillai. Oh, the Barzillai tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barzillai
so-
died in the street yesterday.
Yeah, what
You
do you
guys killed him. Yeah, but the tariffs though, they're still in place.
It's
They
great,
linger.
yeah. They stay. You can't just
Yeah,
lift them.
yeah, you can't just
lift them.
yeah.
So, fucking bureaucratic bullshit, dude. It's
He's a little
Fucking
cratty.
been a
heckin'
nightmare.
bureaucrats.
Yep.
Dang.
Hecky cratters. Good crabs.
Oh, man. Fucking. I haven't played Spellcaster in a long time. I'm gonna get us all killed.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, I never played this, so get ready.
You know, you're playing Rogue after playing Arcane Trickster. It's like,
Fisticuffs for you, good sir.
yeah, it's like being, you have less responsibility and more pay. It's easy.
It's like the same thing, but way harder.
Yeah. Which one? Mine?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Because
No. Maybe.
Kavira flies and she doesn't. And Kavir's ranged and she's melee, mostly up close.
I'll make sense.
And Kavira can teleport. She can't.
Oh yeah, mine's
Dimension
a runaway
door.
bitch. Yeah.
Greater invis.
But so all of these things.
That's why I have 156 hits.
You have a lot more HP.
All of these things, whenever you're like, dang, I wish I could dimension door, I wish I was invisible. You don't have to worry about managing your spells. You just look at the wizard and you go,
I don't like answering to you. Just kidding.
you know, I mean, I'm the one wearing a dog collar going, arf, arf, I'll greater invis you.
Arf, arf, mommy.
Yeah,
Okay, Oreo flavored Oreo. Let's see.
that's pretty good.
See that Calvin Carpenter is stocking up on his own wares.
Did I need to buy any potions?
So they go on the sheet.
I put the ones you said you had on you.
Okay, well, long ago you said Tim to buy me some. Do I need to buy any Tim?
Let me see.
They do have Cure Serious, I think.
There's cure criticals too.
Those were real good.
Those are
Yeah.
good.
Let me get you some juicier potions.
He does have a fuckload of HP.
Cure serious and a cure crit. I'll grab them for you.
Thank you.
For reference, Sydney,
Mm.
The fighters, when they're buffed up a little bit, have 180 hit points.
Oh, yeah, baby.
They're large men.
Jimmy Largeman. Okay.
Josh, I'm gonna give you, if you're cool with it, 1 cure critical and 2 cure serious.
Okay.
So the cure critical is 4d8, cure serious is 3d8.
Okay.
And I'm going to run the item macro again so it makes macros for those things.
Yeah, okay.
Are they on there, Tim?
They are now.
Creating item macros. Item macros completed.
My name is Mackenzie Rose.
That's fucking crazy.
Holy shit! Forgot how fucking min max to the fucking cream max that this character is at doing one thing, which is fucking tripping people.
He is a razor's edge. He is a fucking Japanese chef knife.
Yeah.
Charles has a 10-foot reach pole arm, and his primary function is to stand in the middle of combat and trip people with it. And then if
And-
they
Is
ever
my
try
queen
to
still in
stand
town?
up, they
HP.
provoke an attack of
sorry.
opportunity. You back the shit out.
Oh no, it's worse, Tim. When I trip them, they get AO'd.
Yeah, when I forgot about that.
What?
As they are tripped, they get AO'd. If they ever stand up, they get AO'd. If they fight from the ground, they're at -4
Because
to
of
hit
the
and
reach of the
AC.
pole? Or
If you
it's-
get
it's-
AO'd, you cannot move through my AO.
Yeah.
is an
It's-
AOO an AOO for them?
What do you mean?
Never mind, I was supposed
It's
to.
a feat tree. It's like 10 feet, but it starts as knocking people down. And then when they stand up, your buddies get AOs against them.
Yeah.
I do
The
have that
next-
too. Yeah.
The next level is you knock them down, and when they stand up, you
You-
get an
yeah.
AOO too. And Charles has it to where now when he knocks them down, he gets to slap the shit out of them extra.
Yeah. And then sometimes, because I forgot we took this Cavalier thing, I also, if I'm standing next to you, if I trip them, you also get to hit them.
Oh,
Yay.
God.
Oh my god, kitties, can we figure it out? Gregster.
Meow.
Yeah, they just both tried to occupy the same plastic or paper bag. Did not go well. Okay. Any more shopping we need to do?
No, I'm good.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Ready to bop. Bop till I drop.
Bookie. Ugh. Let's see. Okay. Find my sound effects. No. Most of my sound effects don't work. Cool. Hey, that works. Oh, stop. Okay,
Oh, that
good.
one's classic. Oh, classic.
That
That's a
needs,
reverb.
that needs to be set to soundboard. Now I need to go like this. Then I need to go like this. Then go like this.
What is this? Oh.
Oh, Charles, you know how to set up your custom dice?
No, what does that mean?
Go at the very top right to game settings, and then go down to configure settings. This brings up a panel.
Oh.
On the left side of that panel, find Dice So Nice,
Oh.
and click 3D Dice Settings. And then you play with your dice settings there. You can do
Oh.
presets, themes. You make your dice look however you want. And somehow, Nomcath in my Iron Gods campaign has it so that when he rolls a natural 20, Thomas the Tank Engine drives across the screen. I've never seen or found that fucking setting in there, but he knows how to set it up. Like you hear the train sound and everything, and it just looks like it's going to run you over.
Good.
Okay, are we ready for tomorrow?
Yes.
The morning starts with hangovers, breakfast, pitchers of orange juice, scavenge supplies from all over the cities, fresh baked bread. Laria smells like a bakery because she bakes her own stuff, and then she has donuts and treats and wonderful shit brought in from everywhere. There's people coming and going all day. Jillia is instantly at 5 or 6 a.m. too busy to even talk to by you guys. There is an endless stream of people that want to talk to her all day. She has delegated to Octavio and Boudica a lot of stuff. She's made them her right hand like administrators. And you guys witness a few ugly exchanges of nobles who immediately come in and demand this or that or whatever. And you're sort of worried as to how they're going to handle all this stuff. And some noble comes in with a security group of like 4 or 5 huge dudes and demands to see Jillia, and Boudica says the Lord Mayor is busy becoming the Lord Mayor, and we'll see you at the talk at 8 at the Opera House, and he demands to see her now. And his bodyguards step up and look imposing, and Boudica says, I killed a dragon last week. I'm pretty sure I can handle your group of thugs. And Octavio stamps his polearm into the floor, and everyone in the room stops talking and stares at the noble and the guards until they slowly back out of the coffee shop.
Yeah, sounds like Boudica.
And she turns to the people who are assisting her, which is a couple of Dotari and a couple of bureaucrats from the city, and says, write that son of a bitch's name down. I want to dismantle him. Which sounds even more
I
like
was gonna say it still sounds like Boudica.
Yes. That motherfucker's going to be digging a ditch by next week.
Yeah.
So, with your friends handling the bureaucratic stuff, all you guys have to do is get ready, put on your gear, and Jillia passes by and says, put on your nice stuff. I'm hanging some fucking medals around your neck today. You're going to take it. You're going to stand there, and I'm going to hang the medal around your neck, and you're going to smile and wave. Cool?
I have a -1 charisma. Don't make me go out there.
You're not going to speak. You will not speak. I will speak. She looks at Gabriel. You can speak.
Okay.
She looks at Femic. You may speak. She looks at Oswraith and Caleb. You two may not speak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like Oswraith's inner monologue is just the spear at this point. Like inside his head. You're gonna say. It's like barely keeping it down.
No, man. He's got like how many feats of will saves now?
I got a lot of those.
You occasionally just see him
He
lean.
Got tran-
has to make a will save to end combat.
Oh my god.
Or
got
he'll kill-
trans campaign trauma. With those
Trans
things.
campaign drama, yeah. There's motherfuckers in other campaigns you never heard of who are forced to take Iron Will because of you.
Yep. I guess divination.
I mean,
Oh yeah, you want to imagine what happens if you fight the evil party again?
No.
this is generational trauma.
I just like disturbance in the force. Do I feel like there's gonna be Avengers level threats at this ceremony today? Like I don't care if there's some riff-raff or pee poo poo. Is there
Official term.
do I need to tell Jillia that she's gonna stand next to me and I'm gonna have spell immunity and stone skin and shit on her? Like, do I need to be that paranoid about this or?
You look forward, nation, and you see multiple possible timelines where Femic talks too much at the ceremony. Where Gabriel is mobbed by a crowd of young women at the end of it. And he's signing autographs, and women want him to sign their tits. And there's also quite a crowd of young gay men. He's just sort of attracting anyone who is into dudes even a little bit, is flocking to his banner. He's a beautiful man. He's a large, beautiful man. Henry Cavill at the grocery store, basically.
Yeah.
So
Sid nodding.
that man can't go nowhere. He would starve to death if it weren't for Instacart.
Yeah.
So you see some outcomes like that, some uncomfortable things. The only thing that bothers you, because you probably cast divination every day since the Battle for Kintargo, and what has really bothered you, but you're not sure what the source of it is the future is in such flux now. Like you're trying to get a divination on whether Cheliax is going to march on you with an army of 20,000 soldiers and squash you, because Ravenel can't repel that.
Yeah.
Or if Nidal's going to take this moment and be like, "Oh, nice new country. Shame if we took it over because you're teeny and we're right next door to you, and Cheliax won't protect you." Like you're looking for things like that, and what you get is fog. Divination has never been less useful than it's been the last 6 days. It's been disturbingly vague or random, and it's not even been able to pick up basic things. It's probably right about Themic talking too much and Gabriel being mobbed, but you don't need a spell to tell you that might happen. You do see several outcomes where if Oswraith is allowed to speak at the gathering at all, it becomes very awkward.
Okay. I don't tell
He
anyone.
gets into Jillian's micro. Closer.
It's like Kanye West snatching the mic, but all he does
Oh,
is
God.
babble
I
into
got a +2.
He's pretty charming.
8.
Uh.
8.
8 diplomacy. That's what you foresee with your
Oh.
divination. You definitely don't think there's any Avenger level threats, and if there are, holy shit. All of the Silver Ravens, all of the Hell Knights, Jillian Shensen themselves are no slouches. They're pretty dangerous people. It's the greatest gathering of dangerous people in Catargo since last week.
Since last week.
Anything else you want to cast before you go?
No, I'm good.
The ceremony approaches. It is. Let's see. Let me get the clock set right here. Well, we're approaching. Set this to 8 a.m. 7 a.m. You guys are cruising across. Actually, you're cruising south to the south side of town, crossing Bleak Bridge. Something you've noticed about the city in the last 6 days, you thought after all the fires and the explosions, the death, it would be quiet. There was a couple days of body recovery. Thousands of people died in the battle for Kintargo. And the city morgues are way over full. And the only body that didn't go to one of the 5 city morgues is Barzilai's, which, because you guys don't understand how he was so hard to kill or what he did to his heart and body, how he was able to even perform those operations, his heart is stored in a separate vault, locked up in a metal box, and his body is chained to the wall in a prison cell, even though he do be dead. But he is fully restrained in a cell in Kintargo Keep,
Ugh.
and everybody else that died is in the morgue.
Still, the guards do rounds on it.
No, they keep a close eye on him.
Yeah.
They do. But the town has been talking in the streets. There have been music parties, and there have been cookouts. There have been group cleanup projects that turned into potlucks and parties. Morale is high. The city has been under the thumb of fascism and martial law for a year and fascism for years, 100 years. And there's just everywhere you guys go, you are slapped on the back, your hands are you're given food, You have to turn away drinks or you will be blackout drunk 24/7. The city is in a really good mood, but there's chaos everywhere. There's debris and disaster and broken, flattened buildings and bodies. And some people are, everybody knows somebody who died. That's how many people died. And yet they're still like, we had to. We had to do this.
Yeah.
We had to lose Bob. We had to lose Clint's jaw. Like everybody who died, you're like, I fucking know why he died. It wasn't senseless. That nobody feels like that. Almost nobody. Some of the nobles are like, oh God, what a waste, you fucking peasants. And, Boudica's plotting their financial ruin right now.
Yeah. Just gonna hear about her antics.
Yep. She's going to become a recurring menace to the nobility of Dargo. I figured it made sense for her to become the strategist of all the characters shifting to NPC mode because she has like a 20 int.
I think so.
So, that's looking pretty good, Charles. Fancy dice.
I'm going for a specific result.
You can also, in that thing, Charles, put special sounds playing when you nat 20 or nat 1. Oh, he did.
no!
God
Found
damn
it.
it.
I found it.
Everyone here gets 2 hours of protection from arrows communal
Oh,
as we leave this place.
thank you.
I was going to suggest that suppose it because the duration is hour. It's nuts.
Huge. Fucking huge, mate.
Mine's was
You should have it up all day like Mage Armor.
You get divided. It gets divided among the people.
Okay.
It's one of those
How do
things
I
where
make it?
I don't know if we have a buff for it. You may just kind of have to
I have
remember it.
a buff for it, but it says 12 hours, so
It's
we'll
okay.
go
I'll
down.
just click it on.
We'll just know that we have it on for this morning.
Thank you.
Gathering in front of the Opera House, which is one of the most beautiful buildings in the city, although it is slightly damaged. The dragon landed on it a few times during the battle.
Yeah.
It got fire breathed on one side of it, and you guys had a big fight in it, I believe.
Ruby Massacre, yeah.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks back. The city gathers, and Rexus, using magic to speak aloud, gives a speech saying that yesterday you were rebels, today you are revolutionaries. Yesterday you were citizens of Cheliax, today you are citizens of Ravenel. Yesterday you were slaves, today you are masters of your own destinies. And he goes on and on and on, and he says, and we will start our new chapter with our old Lord Mayor, Gilia, whose first mandate from us, the people of Ravenel, will be elections. We will choose a permanent leader, and Gilia could be a candidate. Any of you could be a candidate. We will unite the 6 governors of the various counties of Ravenel. Kintargo will have its own Lord Mayor as governor. We will form our own government. And today will be the Independence Day of a new nation known as Ravenel. And there's just thundering cheers, music. The mood is extremely high. And Gilia steps forward. And again, they have sort of a microphone-like object that has a sound amplification spell on it. So if you speak into it, everyone in the crowd can hear you. It thunders across the city, it echoes across the streets. Josh, if you hear a funny jiggling sound, it's Greg's little cat food toy.
Okay.
Greg, is that new kitty?
No, it's Anna's cat. She's had Greg for forever. You need to visit more, Charles. I love you. That's his response. Bullshit.
It's well handled.
Yeah. Diplomacy check 8. So Gilia gets up and says, I want to introduce you to... She says, well, there's no point in introducing them. You know them. They are your silver ravens. And she gestures at you all standing there behind her. And there is a thundering crowd cheer. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't blow all our ears out, but you get a full on like soccer riot level cheer.
Really awkward little wave.
And she stands in front of Oswraith and says, "You know Oswraith of the Silver Guard?" They cheer. "Whose troops will now be the captains of your Dotari." And they cheer for that too.
Oh yeah.
And she holds the microphone close to Oswraith and says, "What do you say to your city, Oswraith?"
Your guys hit a salute. I hit a salute.
Hit a salute.
Salutes and steps back in line. Perfect. She steps next down and said, "Caleb single-handedly saved the Alabaster Academy, the greatest library in the continent. What do you say to your city?"
The library hours are 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. all days. Little wave. Oh,
Damn.
She steps
Hell yeah, buddy.
She's-
Hell yeah, buddy.
Gabriel smacks him on the back, knocking him forward a couple feet. And she steps over to Gabriel, says, "Gabriel, who nearly gave his life fighting the enemies of the city on the Silver Span, formerly known as Bleakbridge. What do you say to your city?"
Freedom!
Well, they love that. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Hang on. I have to amend my Gabriel cheer.
in Cancun spring break for this guy every day.
Don't
Julia holds the microphone away from her body and goes, "Sarenrae, fucking Christ." And she steps over to Femic and says, "Femic, who is a follower of the goddess of fire, Sarenrae," and there's a big cheer for Sarenrae. She says, "And Femic entered the temple of Asmodeus and fought the devils there for our freedom. Femic, what do you say to your city?"
Pulls out a little piece of paper. He's like, I've been told to say, make sure you all know there's a free bottle of Sea Snake for all orders over $1,000 at Containers by Calvin, fine quality leatherworks.
Holy shit.
Julia
Good God,
covers the
Trevor.
microphone with her hand and goes, "Over 1,000, motherfucker?"
The
We don't really
grift
sell
never
anything
stops.
under 1,000.
We don't sell anything under 1,000.
Markup's incredible.
Okay.
Holy shit, that is funny.
Yeah. You saw that in your divination too. You saw that one coming. Okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give that one the
Oh yeah.
and let's have perception checks from everyone here, including Lord Falco.
Is Laura in the crowd?
38.
Yeah, she's in the crowd behind the line.
Whoa.
What was
amongst
that noise?
people.
That was
When
awesome.
when I quit, there's a flame effect.
Harrison's dice catch fire when he rolls a 20. It was very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it played a fiery sound too.
Yeah.
I tried to find the tank engine and I couldn't.
I
I
can't
tried
find
for
it.
10 minutes.
Charles fucking rolled his knowledge bullshit. and found it.
Yeah, like what the and I was trying to research things I could import, but you'd probably notice. So I quietly. It's gonna go weird.
Something you guys notice is while you're all up here getting. There's 11,000 people live in this city, and you think about 6 or 7 of them are here today. Almost the entire city is here. It stretches off in every direction. And you are all getting cheers, and Jillia's hanging, little gold medals with the symbol of Kintargo on them around your neck. And Lore is standing behind the crowd line, in the crowd, surveying the crowd person by person. She's not looking up at the stage. She's the only thing conspicuous about her is that she's uninterested in what's going on the stage. And she's receiving 0 recognition for her role in this. None.
Cool.
She's not even known to be an associate of you guys, other than her business apparently sells you guys weapons. And let's see, what do we have here? We have a 39 from the Silver Raven, a 38 from Gabriel, a 34 from Femic, and then pretty good rolls from everybody. Gabriel, the first thing you notice is that Lore has noticed something in the crowd. And she is watching the Dotari on the edges of the crowd. And she sees that, Gabriel, you notice that she's watching a group of Dotari detectives. They are higher ranking Dotari. They're in their garb, and they're mostly just there to listen to the speeches.
Okay.
And as they are standing there, and as medals are being hanged around necks and more cheers are happening, and Rexus is firing up the crowd, and Shensen comes out, and they go absolutely ballistic for Shensen, that she's fucking Taylor Swift of this town. And she's giving a speech about freedom and how evil Barzillai was and how this is a new day. And like Calvin Carpenter, she talks about how her new album will be coming out soon and hope everybody wants to see her perform at the Opera House. And they, of course, cheer. Several Dotari come running up to the back of the crowd of detectives and urgently pull aside the detectives, who 1 or 2 of them look at each other, and they hurry away from the speech in the middle of it. They leave.
The detectives do?
Yep. And the next thing you notice, Gabriel, is when you look back at Lore, Lore is looking directly at you. Basically looking to see if you saw that.
I nod.
Lore disappears into the crowd. What do you guys do?
I inform the rest of the party what I saw. Well, I'm guessing all of us saw it, but I'll inform the party.
Nope, only people over 35 perception saw it.
I don't see
Jesus.
shit. I'm still I'm still saluting like
35.
Obama.
Femic, you can see it too. You got close enough.
Oh,
You were in the middle of your plug. It's the only reason you didn't notice it sooner. But you noticed that Gabriel and Lore looked at each other, and then Lore turned and walked into the crowd. And Gabriel's checking to see who noticed it. And Jillia, according to the program, you guys have another 25 minutes of standing on stage listening to shit.
try and inconspicuously cast this spell.
What if we do Bilbo Baggins' 11st birthday and I invisibility sphere the entire party?
It just fucking vanished.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Yes.
Pretty conspicuous. You could also just walk off stage. You're the most beloved, highest ranking people in the city other than Jillia herself.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's do that.
Yeah, did we? Which way did they go, Toby? Did I notice? The
They went
detectives.
they went off away from the crowd, trying to get out into the city proper, away from the opera house.
Okay. Yeah, let's move off the stage, I guess. And go check it out.
Yeah. Let's go get involved.
Okay, you guys start walking off stage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jilly is in the middle of describing your exploits, and she goes, "And there they go. Why? They're going. They're walking. Okay.
Pageant wave.
You guys go rushing off stage urgently, and the crowd is just thick on all sides. You're having to like try and push your way through the rope line. The crowd is thick. Everyone's patting you on the back and trying to hug you and cheer for you and hand you stuff. And Jillia speaks in a voice that's so magically enhanced that it kind of shocks everyone, silences the crowd. She says, "Stop!" And the crowd stops cheering and goes utterly silent. And she says, "These are the protectors of the city. They saw all this coming. They prepared for months to protect us. Now they go somewhere urgently. People of Cantargo, make a hole." And the crowd parts in front of you, like immediately, giving you a 10-foot wide berth of people nodding, tipping their hats. And she says, "Go do whatever you need to do." And you guys have a clear path of exit out of this giant square. Nobody gets in your way. Things are moved out of your way. You're still getting pats on the back and tips of the hat. But you leave the square quickly with no problem.
Fucking sick.
And
Thank you.
She goes back to cheering shit up, and Rexus comes back in to do his Type 5 comedy routine. And you guys quickly make it over to a couple of the Dotari guards who were near the conversation and see Lore meets you there.
What's going on, Laura?
Have I talked to the guards? Or the detectives?
No, the detectives won't talk to you because Laura Falco has no reason for the police to talk to her or to talk to the police. So she's just standing there by, and they haven't noticed her.
Okay.
These guys,
Have I heard anything?
these guys notice you.
Yeah.
They are discussing. I mean, the crowd is so fucking loud, but you heard them go, "What's that about? Who cares?" I'm hoping they're gonna let Shenson talk some more. Maybe a boob will pop out.
God.
Our detectives, everyone. Yeah.
Well, these are regular Dotari. The detectives left.
Oh, I thought. Oh, right. I was standing by guard. Oh,
But yeah, they are being typical dumb, shitty cops.
Did I see which direction the detectives went? Also, I let
Yes.
the rest of the party know. Well, actually, I think Gabriel already did that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who came and got the detectives? Yeah, I forgot who you said.
Good question.
A couple of Dotari soldiers.
Are those the ones I'm standing by now, or a different group?
No, there's just some other
Just
guards
some-
here.
literally
These
some
guys
other-
were close. They were close to whatever happened. So do you want to question them?
Yeah, I grabbed who's the highest ranking officer I see in that group.
Let's see, trying to remember myself where the auction or the Cantargo Opera House is. They were headed southeast. We'll go to the city map. Let's see, we need an Oswraith token. You guys are here at the Opera House. Let me turn off the town sounds for a sec. Quite enough sounds going on. You're here at J3, which is the Opera House. To the southeast is Aria Park. There's the pond where Oswraith found a ridiculously hard to find secret door and enabled you guys to get into the bottom of the Opera House and attack Barzillai from the only angle he did not expect it.
All-time banger.
Yep. And you guys talk to the guards. Someone want to throw me a diplomacy check or an intimidate check if you're going to boss them around?
You want me to do it, boss?
Huh?
Ooh, let's shit
Ooh.
roll.
Oof.
Why is it playing so many times?
I don't know.
Oh,
Did one of you set up an oof on the natural one?
Oh.
What the fuck?
okay. I did something with the natural one, but I thought it was just for me.
Did you?
Uh,
Oh, I don't think so.
Someone go into your
Oh.
special effects and dice so nice and turn it off. Let me see. Wait, I can stop it. I can stop it.
What the?
I'm gonna go look.
Like,
Okay.
And
Just if you turn it on, make sure it's not set to loop.
it. I
That's
No.
hilarious.
oh man.
Thorman TTE.
Oh yeah, it
Is
is
that what it is?
It is a critical failure track. And I think the critical failure playlist is set wrong. Let me see if I can fix it from this side. Okay. Now it should only play once.
Yeah, mine's just an animation.
Okay, we're good.
I've never heard that happen before.
It was like a metronome of Roblox oof.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oof.
Ouch.
Wow.
That was funny. I've never heard that ever happen.
Also, Gabriel got a natural one diplomacy, still got a 17.
Damn.
Yeah, God.
Femic, you pull aside the Dotari and what do you say to him? Gabriel's standing right behind you, looking menacing.
Yeah, we're, why you acting shifty? What's going on?
Shifty, sir. No, we just came to see the speeches, and then the detective corps was right next to us, and some other guards came up and said there's something down the street at Vespam, the Crafters Guild, which, by the way, Femic, is where Calvin Carpenter stuff is made.
No.
We must get there at once.
What something at the Crafters Guild?
We must protect capital.
Oh my God! Protect capital, he says. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Did you hear what was at the Crafters Guild? What's going on down there?
Yeah.
It is at 013, which is Vespam Artisans. So I need this map. We'll need this map. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's just not named the right thing. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay. Yeah, they say the detective corps are all running down the street to the southeast for some reason. Towards Vespam Artisans.
Let's do it. I cast See Invis on myself.
I ready my teenagers. I think.
Okay.
Do you want to be invisible?
I'm also invisible. Using my wand, or do you have invisibility you can cast?
I can make you invisible.
Oh, good. Would you mind?
No, here you go.
Thank.
Vespam Artisans is in the Red Roof District, a district known for craft guilds and tradesfolk. Vespam is run by a collection of leather workers, likely with ties to local guilds and noble clientele. They produce high-quality leather armor, custom-fitted and to more discreet clientele, an ideal source for illicit goods, adventurers, and elite city guard units.
How long would it take us to run there?
Oh, like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Not long.
I want to make sure that I was not an idiot to be casting buffs while we run there. Like it is so far away, they'll wear down.
Kilden.
Do you know a component of invisibility is an eyelash encased in gum Arabic?
Motherfucker casting Sunstalker. Cast a shit I ain't never fucking heard before.
This is some Saran Ray type shit.
How loud is the?
As long as it is in direct sunlight. If yeah, that's weird. If he becomes visible, he can become invisible again as a standard action as long as he's standing in sunlight.
That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Is there a Moonstalker?
These buffs on Gabriel already? Like, no.
Wasn't there?
Actually, good question.
No.
I might need to update your buffs, Ozwraith. Yeah, you're missing most of them. I had to delete everybody's buffs and recreate them, but
He said, "I'm invisible in sunlight." What buffs do I even need? I think I just need. Well, yeah, I think I just need haste. That's it.
You will be receiving Blessing of Fervor, and you'll like it.
Oh yeah, it's a nice one.
Do we still have pro arrows on?
Yeah, I last.
lasts a long ass time.
You know, that was just 2.
Yeah, that's ours.
Josh,
2
how
hours.
loud is a soundboard on
It is.
Discord for you?
What's that?
Is the soundboard adjusted for you on Discord?
I believe so.
What
Okay,
are you gonna do?
One way to find out.
I'm just
so-
asking. I was just asking.
You,
Well,
you
why
gotta
not?
go, you gonna,
We've
you gonna go
graduated.
bonkers?
We've
on a button?
graduated from just absolutely, you know.
Just-
Learned.
Just no warning, no call, ass blasting Josh's ears with bullshit. Yeah,
Literal fart.
He
That's-
checked. He checked.
that's the old way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's like pancake. I keep it at 0, like 5% or 10% or whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
Awesome.
So feel free to cut loose, Charles.
Hold on to your butts.
I did cast shield on myself, Toby, and it's reading the totals wrong. Still, so.
Which totals?
I used one of my wand of shield, and it says 48 for some reason.
Wand of shield, wand of shield, wand of shield. Yeah, because I didn't give you the 55. I gave you 50. I'll give you the other ones later.
Well, it should be. I just used it once, so it should be 49. So it's doing something wrong. It's fine.
Oh, it's just reading it wrong. It does when I look at it, it's showing it's 49. So I'll
Oh, shit.
tinker.
Someone give me stone skin? For me?
What? No, I got stone skin.
Okay, it's
If
clicked
the
on my
buff
man.
turned- If it's turned on, it's because Toby got it from Marshy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is it doubling? If it buff double buffs, you got to delete it. It's bugged.
You okay?
Yep. I just need a second.
Do you need a better chair? You should go get my office chair.
Yeah, that was weird.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just.
Athletes. This lady can run 15 miles, but if she sits in a chair funny, she could die.
Running's awful for you. I'm telling you, man. If you're not biting that pill for it, it's awful for you.
What did you say?
I said running's awful for you.
It's funny because
Says the guy who died doing burpees.
it's like he's not joking. Like Josh is not laughing right now. He's like, that shit's awful for you.
No, if you some people's bodies are not built for running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a very intensive, hard pounding on your body. It's like CrossFit. CrossFit, you gotta do it right.
A hard pounding on my body. Plenty
Yep,
of times.
we
Try me,
know it. We know it,
sluts.
Toby.
It is not. You're welcome to game standing up if that's better. And you can even bob back and forth if you need to. That's okay.
Let me try this. It's
ADHD stimming is allowed. at the
Yeah,
table,
I do
promise
need.
you.
Maybe
That's why I've been doing this.
swag surfing at the table.
Yeah. No. This might. Sorry, I just like moved and like that
Yeah.
was the worst sharpness I've felt in a really long time. It happened.
Okay.
It's great. Okay, proceed. Who's doing that?
Who
I'm
did?
joining the Discord. No, I actually am going to practice restraint,
Okay. Okay.
but other people shouldn't. 'Cause it's cute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna practice restraint.
Just because I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it crazy if I go in there. You guys should do the crazy. I should.
We run to the
Yes.
place where
Yes.
the bad guys are.
We're the bad guys.
Booba.
Hey, focus up, goddammit.
Silent fucking Christ.
What is that? Uh-oh.
No 11 nuts.
Haven't chosen a voice yet.
Me on this
Oh, I
map. Me and Gabriel.
What's up?
Just you and me on this map. Don't need nobody else.
Hell, fuck those
Real.
guys.
They're
Yeah.
invisible.
Oh,
They're invisible, you dingers.
I could see that if I try hard enough.
I rolled a 40 perception once. I'd do it again.
See the dust kick up from their footsteps.
Let's see. You approach the square outside Vespa Artisans, and you see a group of Dotari are ushering people out of the area. There are people staring and pointing and talking at a lamppost outside Vespa Artisans, and something hanging from the top of it.
Oh,
This?
Yep.
oh,
Oh, Jesus.
that doesn't.
There is what looks to be a wax effigy of a nude man hanging from the top of that lamppost.
This game is
The look on his face is abject horror.
God.
There is a dark red runic design made from melted wax and a circle around the base.
We're sure it's wax. Detect wax.
Detect wax. You can roll a knowledge religion check.
What's that?
I will not be primary, but I will support.
I roll it. 27.
You 27.
I barely support you.
Oh,
Femic, nothing but crits so far. Pretty sussy bussy.
Josh barely.
Oh,
assisted.
there you are. See, I told you I'd see you kick up dust.
0, right?
Gabriel's literally from heaven.
Wasn't the
no
best student
shit.
of theology.
4. We are 12.
Dude,
Literally,
I'm from heaven. I'm sent to smash ass, not think all the time. All right.
And smash.
No,
I was
God.
in heaven for hundreds of years. All I did was watch tape of the other team's defense so I could smash them better.
That's right.
I don't know nothing about no books. I just seen 1,000 hours of Ray Lewis sacking quarterbacks, and I said, hell no.
You got a +4, man. You ain't even learned shit on accident.
Look, all angels are fucking Chad. That's all you need to know.
One rank and 12 level. He is Chad Riel.
This guy don't even know street names.
He basically is on a path to be Chad Riel.
Yeah.
Oh,
boy.
Well, that, I mean, it is like a 70% chance of providing +2 assist. So you can look forward to that, Caleb and Femic, who actually buy the skill. Femic's not much better with a 5.
You hit a 5.
Yeah. I put 1 point in all knowledge skills as my due diligence. I bought them.
How many skills per level do you get?
So many.
So many.
All right.
The I guess I'll help of skill characters. What's that?
I was gonna ask them if they want my +1. No.
No.
Think
I've never
they
been a
need it.
skill monkey before.
We're getting
I
there.
think they need it.
Yeah, you're due, Charles. Be a skill monkey.
I am due.
So, the symbols around the base of the lamppost that the person is suspended on, and it is a person. The Jotari see you guys approach, and they go, people thought it was a weird wax figure, but it's melting.
Oh.
It apparently wasn't there yesterday. It was discovered this morning, and they thought it was a statue or some weird art show, but several of the people here say they recognize it.
Who
Who
is
is
it?
it?
It is, and you guys are gonna giggle at this name, Wario.
Sir,
No, no.
Wario, I'm sorry, I should have changed it.
you're
Probably.
Sario.
Wario Donager, Craftsmaster,
My new Steam name.
a respected leatherworker
Yeah, leather.
and the live-in manager of the Vespum Artisans Crafts Guild. Calvin Carpenter deals with this guy all the time. This guy, like, Calvin Carpenter has like a part of a floor or a suite of rooms in Vespum Artisans. He started with like a stall, and now he's expanded, to bigger operations. But the building holds 12 different high-end, fancy fucking craftspeople, and this guy runs the building, and he's known for his armors that he makes. And he was, oh yeah, here we go. I'll just show this to you guys. He was also known to work with such designers.
Dude, look at this fuck. It looks like
This is
Wario.
Okay.
Is this book?
No,
Wait, that's
This
in the
is-
book?
no.
Oh, okay.
This is me like 4 years ago at 3 a.m. and I forgot I did it.
Look at the Hitler stash, man. You are barely
Holy
getting
mother
away
of based!
And I didn't have time to change it or fix it today.
AI human warrior.
So listen. I put in many hours into this prep late at night during a tough time during the pandemic and breakups and shit. This is old prep. This is old prep.
2 a.m. 2020 Toby.
This is
Wario
real.
wears. He
This is
ripped
like
it.
a time capsule on a worn human. Really. So it might parts of this might be very stupid.
Dude, look at his fucking smirk.
Toby
He's
said,
fucking
"My E
dead and covered in wax.
his E time capsule 4 years in the past was a Wario joke."
I have sent us from the past. I am a time traveling idiot. I have sent us some dumb bullshit.
Wario wears waxed off.
Oh.
Like,
It's no wonder you killed him.
yeah.
For those of us who don't Nintendo, Wario is the villain of the Mario series of games.
And this looks like a humanized
It,
Wario.
it really
It looks like
does.
if Wario was a leather worker at Vespa
Yeah.
Artisans. Which is
Like-
probably what prompted me to put it in, because back there was no AI, so I must have found this art and been like, oh yeah, this motherfucker gets the wax treatment. Why I decided that, I really don't remember. I really
This
don't remember why I did this.
this looks like somebody has like this is somebody else's D&D character, and they like paid an artist to draw them. Like it's pretty good art, but it looks like their character, like the prompt for the art was like, yeah, Wario, but he's a leather worker. Like it really looks like exactly that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so we have, and just because of some of the language that you use, this is a wax effigy of Wario, or potentially his body covered in wax. Do we know?
That one.
It's that one.
When you
Yeah.
mentioned this, the Dotari investigators on the scene who
Oh,
are currently climbing down a ladder that allowed them to get within 5 feet of it. The investigator climbs down the ladder and looks very pale, throws up in the gutter, wipes off their mouth with their arm plate guard, and then sees you guys standing there.
well, he doesn't see me.
That's all the time, buddy.
He doesn't see you. He sees Gabriel.
And I'm gonna keep hiding because it probably makes no sense for me to be.
Yeah, it's okay. Just
Always.
let me and Gabriel take the brunt of the surprise fireball attack from the shadows.
Yeah. I
can
got
take it.
25 resist. I can take care of hellfire to the face. I'm okay.
I don't have that, but I guess I'll be okay too.
I wave over the detectives. I wave over the guards too, and I ask them what they've done so far.
What they've done so far,
Yeah.
they've cleared the square. They are putting up rope lines, and the detective says, I believe that is a corpse encased in wax, and it is starting to melt.
So fucked.
Okay. I want you to send at least a team of 2 guards to secure his office and his residence.
Done. The Dotari run off, and the detectives, 1 detective and 2 Dotari run off to do that. You got about 6 more guards here, and more are on the way. Most everybody's at the speech, though. They're having a hard time getting back up here.
Convenient.
Hmm.
When was the last time? Oh, I can't ask any questions.
You can ask questions.
I'm like hidden. I feel
You
like it's weird.
can if you change your appearance.
You show up as Batman.
Can I? Yes. I would love to.
On the way here, watch this. On her token, right click her token so your buttons show up.
Yeah.
Click the little swirly one
Flip,
in the bottom
yeah.
right. Yep, click that.
Oh, it's in. It's oh
Oh.
that's sick. I guess I didn't need to be invisible then. I only wanted to be invisible because I was lower.
I wanted to be invisible because I thought we were going to get in a fight. But I don't think this guy is a match for us. He's already dead and stuff.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna-
laugh at those.
That's so cool.
The expression on his face, the wax figure, is horror.
Yeah.
He died terrified.
Wait.
And the silver
Hmm.
ring appears.
Okay, so they couldn't reach the body to get him down.
They're looking for a way to get him down.
I
They
fly
said,
up there and I take him down.
Okay. You're gonna fly up there and see that he is actually just the lampposts in Kintargo are a triangle shape. It's like each one's sort of a candelabra. They go up about 20 feet on a single pole, and then it branches into 3 poles, and there's a lantern on each one of those with a continual light spell in it that lights up after dark. And the corpse is perfectly balanced, sitting there, and partially waxed onto the pole, which is melting. So you could sort of pull him loose, but he's very slimy and slippery. You can grab him, but if you do, he might slip out of your grasp and fall and take damage.
I can press to digitate the wax off of him. At least enough for you to grab.
The wax might be important.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we have any rope?
Sure, you can get some rope.
Or
You turn and yell at the Dotari for rope, and the Dotari are like, "Okay, we're gonna go get rope." And several nearby townspeople that look like dock workers just turn around, reach in a wagon that's next to them, and toss some rope to the Dotari, who bring it over to you. They're all standing. They're complying with the Dotari's request to get back, get behind the rope line, stay behind this line. But the local folk are, of course, fascinated.
okay, I will fly up and then use the rope to kind of tie it around him. That way I can lift him off and then lower him down.
Okay. Flapping very hard to hover, you lasso around his waist. Roll me a dex check. I'm not worried about your strength at all.
17.
You lasso the corpse around the waist, get it under both shoulders, pull it tight, and then you easily lift him off. He stays kind of in the sort of seated, hanged position he's in, as rigor mortis has begun to set in already. And you can then lower him down to the street. Is that where you want to put him? You're gonna fling him in the bay?
Yeah.
Never happened.
That's never happened.
Not today, Satan.
Yes.
Not on our Independence Day, you fucking weirdos.
I asked for a covered wagon so we can transport him. No one has to see this shit. And then, while we're waiting for that, we can do some examination. Anybody have heal skill? I don't.
You hear one of the blue collar guys standing behind the rope line go, "That's my wagon there. You can take it. There's a tarp in the back."
Thanks, sir.
Do you have a stammer?
Got a -1 charisma.
Oh my god.
He's not a talker.
Not a people person.
There's two other charisma characters in the party, so he's never needed to be. Like between Femek and Gabriel, got all the social checks.
Not me.
Alright, who's got the heal skill in the party?
I have a +7. Can anyone beat +7 in the heal skill?
Negatory.
Negatory.
All right then. Caleb adjusting his eagle eye goggles so he like hovers over the corpse. Let's see what we have here. Unfortunate.
I roll a 29 perception on the body as well, Toby, if that'll help discover anything.
You see?
I'm looking for any sort of stab wounds, beat marks, signs of him being clobbered to death.
What the hell was that?
Fancy dice.
It was Sid rolling a natural 20 and having a magic swirly effect on her dice.
That's pretty cool.
The wax. Sorry.
Bless you.
The wax coating on the body is so thick that he is bigger than he normally would be. And oof.
You okay?
I'm reading my own prep and it's grossing me out.
Okay.
There are big giant cuts across the torso that would be surgical if they weren't deadly. Surgical as in perfectly sharp blade, very steady hand, expertly done. And then deadly as in no surgery would ever need to cut open a torso to that degree. They're like autopsy cuts.
Okay.
They're like autopsy cuts, or they are autopsy cuts?
They're like autopsy cuts because you don't think he's been dead that long. You think he was killed last night.
Okay.
And the cuts may have been part of killing him. He may have been autopsied alive.
Mm.
Would those cuts be in a convenient place to harvest any particular organ from this man?
Yeah,
Which ones?
heart, lungs, central stuff.
Are those
Um,
gone?
Well, we'll have
Don't know.
we'll
He's
have to de-wax him. We'll have to wax off.
He's encased in wax in the back of a wagon
Ah,
on a medium warm late March day.
Where the fuck can we take him?
There's city morgues. They're all pretty full. The Dotari says the doc at the main city morgue is the best, but he's weird.
He's weird.
Yeah, Morlebint, they call him Dr. Morlebint.
Why is he weird?
Well, he's fucking weird. He touches dead people all day.
Is he weird about it? Like he seems.
Ma'am.
is that why he's weird, or he's weird about it?
You know what I mean.
Well, anybody, the Dotari have the opinion that anybody that touches dead bodies all day is weird.
All right, pass it along. He might not be weird.
He might not be weird.
Not weird for a Harrison character, certainly.
All right, let's
Honestly,
take
really,
him.
yeah,
Let's
no
take
problem.
him there.
Examine the scene first.
Yeah, let's.
We should ask like the residents of that block maybe if they heard or saw
The
anything.
detectives who found the corpse? The detectives know who found him.
People walking by today saw it and thought it was some kind of weird sculpture or something, and then it started dripping wax, and this little corps of corporals of Dotari were headed to the speech to run crowd security and got stopped by the people, and then they ran and got the detectives when they realized that it might actually be a person and not a sculpture.
Okay, when did the first person see it? What time?
You walk around the rope line and talk to the local folks, and they're like, oh yeah, as soon as we got up at dawn, we saw he was up there, and we just thought it was some stupid stunt. One of those Calvin Carpenter weird promotion things, some silly marketing crap.
What time was dawn?
Right around 6.
Okay. Is he married? Does he have a spouse, family?
Knowledge local.
Oh, coming in.
Make Batman do it.
Yeah. Did I get one from Femic also?
Yes, I will assist. I will not assist.
You don't have a lot of knowledge local, bud, but you get a bonus on this. You can use your leatherworking skill in place of knowledge local.
Oh.
Oh. The excitement.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Is that better, Sid?
Yeah.
That chair? That chair's so good.
They rolled a 19 on his designer goods check.
You have your dice smoldering on a 19.
Do you
It
have
smolders on all my crit numbers, so 15 through 20.
I appreciate that you got way closer to your mic for that part, my friend.
Mm.
That was fun. Probably horrible for Josh.
Good job.
It's totally fine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
They're good, right? Go crazy.
Wow.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so what do we get from our local checks about his family and spouse?
Lore tells you, Silver Raven tells you that, or the Datari come back with the info, but she says she's looking at the body from here. No wedding ring, no wedding ring tan line on the finger. You can see that through the wax. And Calvin Carpenter is able to tell his good friend Femic that Doniger Wario Doniger, provides through his own work and through his subcontractors, provides 50% of the leather armors for the Dotari each year. And from armor to undercarriages for wagons and other leather strap needs and horse and bridle, he is the go-to craftsman for the city. He has no criminal record.
Damn.
Hmm.
Did this man have any affiliation for or against the Silver Ravens over the last year? Does anyone know?
It has recently, like in the last couple of days, come out that Calvin Carpenter is associated with the Silver Ravens and Falco Steel is associated with the Silver Ravens, and that associates this place with the Silver Ravens vaguely.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the associations of this craftsperson are the Dotari themselves, both the evil fascist ones and, you know, regular ones, and then you guys, actually.
Hmm.
Is anyone able to tell us, like, the latest time they were in this area where that light didn't have the statue, or does that not matter to us? Like 1 a.m. still wasn't there.
First person saw him around 6 a.m. That's about as good as we got. Was he at the
Yeah.
party last night?
That's a good question.
You can canvas and ask around for that. It'll take a few hours, but
Okay, yeah, let's try to get a timeline of when this may happen. If he's at the party last night, we can set him there.
Yeah.
the Dotari investigator turns to 3 of the nearby Dotari corporals and says, go to each one of you, go to the speech, grab 3 other Dotari, and drag them out of the speech back to this. We need more bodies on this. And then the investigator looks at you guys and goes, I could have phrased that better. We need help.
Now,
Oops.
let's see. I'm gonna damage the integrity of the game. Looks over my sunglasses. Did this guy have like 2 to 5 grand in the bank? If so, did he have a will that said he wanted to be reincarnated as a jackrabbit? Or perhaps raised dead in for the low price of 5 grand and feeling like he was 15 years older than he really is, but being alive? Let's go look it up. There's surely a public record.
There would just be no death in the world if you had infinite funds.
No! There's a huge hole in the game! 2 grand if they die, they're like, well, shit, I guess I'm a halfling now. But hey, I'm back. What the fuck? The game world doesn't make sense.
It must be said,
Pudding foot bumble crust.
Yeah. If we found a dude hanging, fucking reincarnated into the Hobbit.
I blame Sid.
Nah, man, I had nothing to do
Muff
with
and Top
that.
Slapper is purely Rissa's responsibility.
That should be what happens every time any rich person dies. Like, if you are
Yeah.
middle class and you die.
You don't even know the half of it. There is a higher level spell called Clone,
Ugh.
which is
Oh,
why
wow.
Buhan exists in multiple campaigns as multiple people because he cloned himself. And
Holy
then the
fuck.
original Buhan either disappeared or died.
What
And
is it
now,
made of a dog?
now Graham is playing the clone in the pirate campaign.
I never knew about that spell. That's fucking ridiculous.
But it is literally the Prestige.
Do they
Movie, you know the movie
Oh,
The
yeah, yeah,
Prestige?
yeah.
That's the clone spell.
That's
You love
funny.
me today. No, I had a clone question, but it's off the plot. We can keep going.
Okay.
But I have
We'll talk, yeah.
bookmarking this.
Let's see, Gabriel, I am gonna start shifting. I can switch a spell to Speak with Dead. I didn't expect to need it on Parade Day, so I
Yeah.
don't have Speak with Dead laying around. But since today is only a mostly good day, I can grab that and maybe another divination. If we can raid his bank account or find his wishes, I could turn him into a jackrabbit, like I was talking about.
Okay.
Then do we need to speak with animals?
He wouldn't actually be a jackrabbit, just some.
Oh, you're just being a fucker.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
He would
I was
roll
like,
on
all right, well, we don't have a druid.
That also has to be like the most annoying thing from the GM's perspective. Is like, okay, you fucking reincarnate the murder victim. I detect magic on the wax. Is it magical?
It radiates. It's like 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10 magic.
Remember, there is a much cheaper spell called Speak with Dead.
Yeah. I need an hour to switch to that. Let's see. Perhaps would you like? No, I would like to use knowledge planes to try and think of creatures that create lots of wax.
I can assist.
Okay.
Also, do we otherwise have like a wax museum or no?
Well,
Or like Chandler's?
it radiates magic,
Yeah, that's true. The Apollo.
so it might be a creature that did this.
Are there any other signs or on his body? He's just covered in wax and cut. There's nothing else on his body that we've noticed.
Oh no.
Well, I didn't assume you wanted to do a thorough examination here in the wagon.
No, I'm just saying externally. Yeah.
The cuts are the only obvious thing, other than Laura took a look at his finger.
Okay.
Still, it's. Oh no, never mind.
All right. Who's got good survival skills?
Hang on, what's the result of this knowledge planes check?
Oh,
You're
sorry.
thinking of stuff like giant bees? Or you've read about people making wax golems. In fact, when you walked up, you were like, is it a wax golem? No, it's a person encased in wax. But you don't know of anything that does this. This is definitely not what giant bees would do. They encase honey and larvae in wax, not people.
Do we know any satanic candle makers?
Gabriel, what does your library card say about rituals, religious rituals involving wax?
I'm realizing that we failed to give you all the info from your knowledge religion check earlier, which was a success because we're all laughing at the fact that Gabriel got a 10.
Yes. I think the total was like 31, 33.
The symbols around the base of the lamppost are to a god called Shax. Shax.
Who that be?
Oh God.
Basketball player.
A horrific and evil deity in the Galarian pantheon, feared for cruelty, madness, and affinity for murder that blurs into art.
Oh God.
That blurs into what?
Art.
Oh.
Art. Okay.
Shax is known as the Blood Marquis. Chaotic evil. His domains are murder, sadism, lust, evil, madness, trickery. Favorite weapon is a hooked axe. And his symbol is a jagged spiral or an eviscerated heart hanging from a barbed hook.
Are there Shax worshippers in?
They're usually secret cults
Ugh.
amongst torturers, murderers, and unstable artists, because those go together. Shax cults may masquerade as medical societies, bathhouses, or performance art salons.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, boss. It seems kind of fucking random that this shit would just turn up today, of all days.
We could be misdirection as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Let's just put a Shax symbol there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else about the scene that we noticed? Did anybody roll survival?
Oh,
You have good survivals.
I have a +8, but I'll defer to whoever has a higher one and help, unless I have the highest one.
I can assist you with +6.
Okay,
I've got a
anyone else?
+4, so I could possibly assist. But
For sure.
It's dicey.
Right.
We all saw my +4 roll on a religion check. So
You made it. All right, let's do it.
Send
Do
it.
Funny, I remember this about the Hell's Rebels party. You guys were kind of skill deficient.
Oh, there it is. I give -2.
Jesus.
Go on, Josh. You gotta get in here and save me.
yep. All right. I at least
Yeah.
counterbalance you.
Okay. So, Silver Raven has a 20. There's no marks on the lamppost from someone climbing it. The Dotari. Okay, Charles, what roll do you? You rolled a 16. Why did we get Choo Choo? Is he muted? He's muted.
Sure.
Well, we
Sorry,
just
I'm on
get
a phone
him
call
out.
with Hillary.
No, that's totally fine. We get a mystery Choo Choo. He gives +2, so gets you
It's anything over
22.
Anything over 10. Get
Yeah,
+2.
No. Sorry, I was saying anything over 20 for Charles might get Choo Choo.
Ah, who knows?
Yeah, but his roll was a 16.
I know.
It goes on the roll.
Oh. All right.
So-
Anyway.
There's no marks on the lamppost. There's no signs of anyone climbing up. You can see in sort of the dust and dirt of the streets, the Atari tracks. You can see where the ladder was stuck in the mud for them to climb up there. There's signs that these guys went up to look at it. There's no sign that anyone had to climb or had any trouble placing him up there.
I have a bit of a sticklery question, but I also think this might be player to GM.
What?
Do the lampposts always have sets of 3?
Usually.
There's one that has 2, so I was like, oh,
Yeah,
did they take off?
there's 2s and there's 3s,
Okay,
but
okay.
they're pretty standard across the city.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
just wondering if that was
It
like,
looks otherwise normal. No, there's a good question.
Everything matters.
every.
Oh, decent.
There's
Assumption kill, says Reacher.
there's like grates in the ground. It looks like. Would that
Yep.
be helpful to look in case they
Stewart
drop
rates.
something?
Cantargo has a fairly modern, for this time period,
Yeah.
fairly cool aqueduct system that flows excess water out to the sea.
Oh, if it's flowing water, then whatever evidence would have dropped in there. is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And are we canvassing or are the Dotari?
The Dotari are.
Okay, and they're gonna ask like the
They'll go
residents
ask-
of the whole.
They'll go
block.
ask everybody in the neighborhood what's
Okay.
the earliest they saw it,
Okay,
and you let them know if there's any other
Birch
questions they need to
thing,
be
yeah.
asking.
and then I don't know who does this really work with. Do we want to ask them like when was the last time you saw him? Did he tell you about anything he was involved in, or I don't know, close friends?
Those are good questions.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
like, did any of his coworkers or
Just
co-vendors?
we're gonna roll to see what the Dotari came up with in a
Oh,
bit.
shit, yeah, sure. Okay.
But do keep these questions. Just scribble them down and throw them in chat or something. As you guys are covering the body in the wagon and preparing to move it to wherever you're going to move it to, you could take it to one of your hideouts. You could take it to a morgue. You could take it to the coffee shop and have it right there on the counter where you have your espressos.
Take it to the morgue with the weird guy.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm-
Weird
no.
duck.
As
Ward.
as you guys are moving across the city from the northwest, you hear as the speech, you hear Jilia's voice, Rex's voice, Shensen. At one point, while you guys are sitting here looking at the corpse, echoing through the city is Shensen's voice singing a song. Which is a
What
little
song you do?
odd, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Looking at a wax-covered corpse, listening to war songs. This guy survived the rebellion.
Survived the rebellion only to be killed a couple days after. To date, he never saw free Ravenel.
Well, for the low price of 2,000 gold, he sure could.
Probably 5 feet shorter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made him really tall in that estimate.
So we're transporting the body to the morgue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird Morgan.
Maybe this weird doctor is one of these Shaxx worshippers. Since they apparently are medieval cults or medical cults.
The Dotari get one of their horses, hook it up to this random dude's wagon, take the random dude's name so they can give him back the wagon later, and they truck it off to the morgue, and you guys can either walk behind them or ride on the meat wagon. It's not a very big wagon.
How long's the ride?
It's just a couple blocks.
Okay.
And they tell you which morgue it's at, which you guys can easily find. When we get to this morgue, you will notice that the lights are constantly going up and down, which is a bug from Foundry being updated 27 times since I prepped this, and I'm not fixing it.
Excellent. All right, sounds
It
good.
is not a clue that the lights are like going like blinking on and off. I promise.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't believe him either. Keep your
A
eyes.
clue.
Paranoia.
A clue.
Also, the doors make no fucking noise.
What?
It's not my fault.
No, that's fair.
If he has a look of horror on his face, I don't know. If I got my guts cut open and died, I think I would have a look of agony on my face. I think this guy got phantasmal killered and then lung harvested. Especially because he got
That is a perfectly reasonable thing for Caleb to know and suspect no role.
Yeah.
Because he's been at this a while.
I've been at this a while. And he's got all his veins in him. So he didn't get deveined.
Do we know? I mean, God, when I think about like satanic or diabolism, I don't think I'm saying it right. Cults. Like, I definitely think organs are involved in rituals and stuff.
Yeah.
But do we know any ones that specifically are like, we like hearts, we like lungs?
I was thinking the same thing. And once we figure out exactly what organs he's missing,
Yes. Yeah.
then we'll know more.
Oh God, duh. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go.
Also, Charles is stuck in the wall, he says.
Oh, he actually is stuck.
Oh, look at this book art, motherfucker. Look at you. Look at you. You look good, boy.
Yeah, that'd be some book art right there. I ain't had time to go all mid journey on Hell's Rebels yet.
Totally fine. Wait, knowledge, religion? Do the never mind. Fuck it. We'll just skip the part where I come up with an elaborate plan that we then abandon. Just fuck it. Just go talk to the guy.
Wow, that was 0 to 60 to 0.
Yeah, that's for the best, I think. I was gonna knowledge religion. Do I know any secret like hand signals of Shaxx? To then have Femic come in here and impersonate a Shaxx cultist and see if this guy reacts. But fuck it.
Yeah, that would be some next level connivery.
Yeah. And Charles, we are gonna speak with dead, but I gotta change a spell to it. I don't just walk around with that shit.
I'm stuck in the wall, step bro. This motherfucker says in chat. Jesus. Demonetized.
Hey, can I get you guys anything?
No, good.
No.
Speaker with dead. Mandy calls it speaker with head.
Speak with head.
Speak with dead is not an evil thing. It is a necromancy spell, but that's not necessarily evil.
Okay. Did we arrive at the place?
You enter down some stone steps underneath one of the nearby Dotari precincts. Led down a long hall, down some stairs. The Dotari are like, it smells down here. I hate it down here. And we led down another spiral staircase to a hallway with continual light torches on either side, clean stone floors, clean flat stone walls, an arched ceiling about 8 feet above your heads, or 8 feet above the floor. And you kind of go south to the main hallway, bunch of locked doors here, passage to the east, and you see light spilling out into the hallway from a better lit room. Going north into that room, you enter into what looks like some sort of medical examining room. About 40 foot east to west, 15, 20 foot north to south. And you see a slightly pudgy, balding dude with spectacles, wearing what looks like a little surgical cap to keep his comb over from falling down on his face. He is definitely a ginger, and he is wearing a sort of loose-fitting green outfit that kind of looks like Dr. Scrubs. And it has blood stains and marks on it from many, many works. In the room with you are two examination platforms. One has the wax figurine on it, the other has a corpse covered in a sheet. In between the two are many tools of autopsy, scary looking saws and clamps and blades. And on the east wall, he's got a desk with books, lots of pens and ink, clearly takes lots of notes. On the south wall, he has more desks. And he just stands in the center of the room as you all walk in, and he says, "Well, if it isn't the heroes of Kintargo, come to the morgue."
Indeed, unfortunately, our business has taken us this direction. We need your skills, good doctor.
He says, "Well, I am, for lack of a better phrase, buried in corpses, my sons. Each one of these hallways and every exam room is filled to the brim. This is the only exam room I have space left in to not store the dead, but examine them. And you've taken my last free exam table that I just cleared to start the backlog of victims from the Silver Span battle."
Yeah, we realize that, but this is a special case. We want to get what answers we can as quickly as we can, so we appreciate if you could put this at the top of the pile, so to speak, and give us your take.
He says, "Is that the city of Kintargo talking?"
Yes.
He says, "And are they up there reinstalling Julia Bainless?"
Yes.
Been thinking about it.
He says, "Well, she's quite a looker.
God, the gooners in this town.
Anything for Julia."
Silence, you filthy book art mongrel.
23 cents motive.
He seems to actually have a creepy crush on the Lord
Booba.
Mayor.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Like-
What the fuck was that?
Charles got some weird
He
discord.
does.
Got some weird discords.
Makes me wonder what he's like with the corpses.
God.
Anyway, marinate with that, boys.
Ugh.
Do I get the vibe that he's just a little bit creep?
I didn't mean to click that.
Say again, Josh.
Do I get the vibe? Apparently, to turn my soundboard down a little bit more. Do I get the vibe he's just a little bit creepy because he's, or is he like creepy in a weird, evil way?
He
can help.
is the pastiest ginger you've ever fucking seen. You don't think he goes outside? You think he goes outside less than I do? Me, Toby.
Oh my god.
You know, if I could walk to work in a tunnel, I might. But, yeah. So far, just nerd vibes.
Alright. We jive with that.
Detect evil on him. Fuck it, why
He'll
not?
know, he'll feel it.
Caleb, you are meditating to switch a spell.
Yeah, I actually don't even have Detect Evil. I can't do it.
I
Detect evil or speak with dead?
think
I'm switching to Speak with Dead.
Okay.
Won't he know? Won't he sense it?
You
Or
don't have detect evil. That's
Yeah, we
fucking
don't.
hilarious.
Will he not sense us casting it, or that's really only for like spell
We
like
just
people
don't
who?
care.
Oh,
He's going to see us waving our arms and like saying words. That's how every spell you ever cast in this
oh, I
game
thought
is,
you-
but we just don't care.
And you are the scion. of the city.
what, Toby?
I said you are the scions of the city. I was telling Sid. You guys
Yeah.
run this place. But were you going to do something, Josh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Doc, don't take this offensive, but we have to cover our bases. We're still in a transition period, and I've never met you before, and then I detect evil on him.
Okay.
I
does
don't think I have a macro for it, but I do have the ability.
Yeah. He does not radiate evil.
Okay,
None.
thank you for your cooperation. Could you do a post-mortem on this guy and let us know what's been done to this poor fella so we can get to the bottom of it?
He says, "This looks like it's already been done."
Yeah, we need you to tell us what's all been done to him.
If he needs help removing the wax, I'm meditating to swap a spell. But does anyone else have Prestidigitate?
I got my hands.
I was gonna say brush.
I could, two-handed.
You're just gonna two-handed scrape the wax off the corpse?
That's just
Happy.
like
Put
not
me
a
in,
thing
coach.
I would have to ask about.
Put me in, coach.
Like, does anyone have a spell that saw?
No,
You cut out. Does anybody have what?
No, I guess nobody has the spell.
No, you're pretty much the only caster that would probably have it in this party.
Dang.
You assist him, Oswraith, as he clears away. He examines the corpse on all sides. You are, as it turns out, completely unhelpful, and eventually he asks you to stand over there.
Allow me.
And you say, "Will that help?" And he said, "I hope so."
God damn.
And he continues. This party is hard up for skills, dude. It's...
+0, dude. Like,
Charles just raw dogged +0 rolls.
All right, I'll hit a heal.
we are 12th.
Again.
Oh god.
Oh God! Stop!
Charles.
Okay. Natural one, back to back.
Getting him out the way early.
Yeah,
The doctor.
That's how probability works.
He says, "Young lady, with your reputation with knives and your supposed body count, I would have thought you'd be better at this." Not that body count. Not you youths corrupt everything. I mean, how many people have you murdered?
Well, fun for you.
No.
He looks over and he says, "Ah, well, that's interesting."
What is?
He says he says, "Well, here." He rolls the corpse. He has the corpse rolled onto its side, and he's looking at the back of the neck. And there is a puncture with surrounding acid burns at the base of the neck.
Oh, man.
This effectively paralyzed the man
Ugh.
from the neck down.
Oh no.
At which point the rest of this was done to him while he was still alive, and he probably couldn't feel it, but he knew
Yeah.
it was happening.
Yeah, I mean that's so.
Hence the look on his face.
Well, if he was from the neck down, God, yeah, I guess. So.
And his heart has been removed, and the central body cavity has been replaced. The heart has been replaced with a blob of wax.
Huh.
And in the center of the blob of wax is a dead whippoorwill,
Fuck is that?
a bird.
Ah,
What is that supposed to mean something?
I
I got a 10 in. I don't know what that means.
17 knowledge, religion.
and at the center of the dead whippoorwill.
He says, but What strikes me is I've seen this wound before.
Oh, where's that?
He says there was a body that I saw when I was visiting the other mortician showed it to me at the overflow morgue, and I had it brought up here, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. But it is a halfling who suffered a puncture from similar to this, a claw or talon at the base of the neck with acid burns around the wound. In that case, though, the corpse was dead. The cause of death actually was asphyxiation several hours later, and the tongue was missing.
Eh?
For the other,
And yeah,
When was that body brought in?
a couple days ago.
how, like, under what circumstances was it found?
It was found the day after the Battle of Cantargo with several thousand other bodies.
Yeah, that's tricky. Well, for starters, can you let us know if you find other bodies with similar markings as you work through the pile?
Yes.
Thank you.
And you think the mark on the back of his neck was done with from a talon or a claw of some kind, not some kind of weapon?
It's a tiny puncture wound by a incredibly sharp object that has a curvature, a curved point.
Okay.
Wait,
Uh,
I think
Can he answer-
Harrison's gooning off screen. I can hear him, but I don't see him. Say again,
I
Josh.
see his legs.
17 religion check on the wax and with the bird in it.
It doesn't. It doesn't make any immediate sense to you.
Can we make like a martial, like a? Do we know what type of weapon does that?
From what this guy says, claw or talon.
Shax has that curved.
Curved axe.
In the religion, Josh, Gabriel can recall that followers of the goddess of death and fate, known as Pharasma,
Never heard of.
whippoorwills are sent as omens of impending death.
Okay.
Like a
If a
serial killer
person-
saying more shit's gonna happen.
Yep, that's one interpretation of this. If a person dies without one nearby, it implies the death was unnatural or cursed. A whippoorwill inside the body is a horrific inversion, a mockery of Pharasma's will.
Oh, it's not fucking necromancer bullshit. All right.
Why is this guy?
Yeah, he must have had some association with.
The fucking he's just some dude. He's Wario.
We gotta investigate it. all.
Wario.
Yeah.
The halfling. Have you studied her body already?
He asks for your help in retrieving it.
Okay,
Awesome.
we do so.
We're going to look at it. He takes you down the hall. Let me see. I've got GMing from single screen. I'm so spoiled. Down the hall to the west, he checks a side storage room which has 20 corpses in it.
Just leave Caleb meditating in this room.
No. He tries another room with 20 corpses in it. No. He
God, they're just stacked.
unlocks another room with 20 corpses. Wait a minute. He tells Oswraith, grab this one and bring it back, and then clear off this other table. Just put that one on the floor. He'll be fine. You put this corpse on the floor.
Yeah, I'll lift it off. Free the table for him.
He unzips the corpse. It is a halfling female. He says this is an incomplete autopsy. You see, she wasn't even completely undressed. And you can roll perception checks, those of you that are looking at this. Caleb, you're a
38.
minute away. Well, that's big.
Will someone go over to Caleb and tell him to switch 2 of these? God damn it, Charles! It's fucking train gotta go.
It needs to just be on critical results.
I don't know.
Yeah, but my
Fuck off, both
I
of you.
It needs to
changed.
be on 1 number.
You know,
I
when,
changed my
when
critical
Josh,
results are at 15 and up.
when Josh and I first experienced the fucking train in Iron Gods, the first thing we said was, no one will ever tell Sydney about the train.
I just want to let you know, I was told
Immediately about the
pretty
train.
soon.
Yeah.
They
Shit,
kept that secret
motherfuckers.
from me for a long
Oh,
time.
Yeah, we didn't tell you because we knew you'd tell her.
Yeah. That's what I mean. He.
Nobody trusted you with that knowledge. But then he saw it one day and it was like,
Oh.
Yeah, from Graham, I think.
yeah,
And
I made Graham swear to silence or I would fucking great axe him every fight for the
Yeah.
next 10 months.
Yes, a very
Yeah.
fair threat.
And Graham was like, oh.
I do not think I successfully did that setting, but anyway, I'll show you. But
It's
maybe
fine.
I don't think I did.
It's fine. It's fine. Victim was identified by some nearby that brought her in.
Okay, who was she?
Her name is Aula Crispin, Aula Crispin, Crispin. And she is, she works somewhere in the court district. I don't have that information, but he's looking at his notes on this quick examination. He says this is not a full autopsy, you understand. But you see the puncture wound on the base of the neck, acid burns around the wound. Paralysis would have resulted in paralysis from the neck down, which actually is the direct cause of the asphyxiation 1 to 4 hours later. But while she was paralyzed, her tongue was removed with a very sharp blade. And these perception checks, Gabriel, Oswraith, you immediately notice she is wearing Silver Raven cosplay. She has a blue cloak and a silver tunic that looks like the Silver Raven's chest armor. Tucked into one of her pockets is a cloth version of your mask. And she has several simple little, like, kitchen knife type daggers tucked in her outfit.
It's really sad.
No.
She has, in fact, her daggers are actually just cheap iron that have been painted silver. Ah, check that. The mask is not tucked in her pocket. There are shattered pieces of a porcelain mask in her face and neck. She was hit really hard and it shattered.
Fucking awful.
Okay, is the tongue only thing missing?
Correct.
Okay, nothing.
No bird?
No bird? No bird, no wire?
Nope, she was not cut open the way this other one was.
They didn't jam anything in her mouth.
Nope.
Good.
They killed her and took her tongue. That's about it.
All right, so we got heart and tongue. So that's some kind of weird ritual
Collecting
thing.
different parts from people.
Sounds like maybe some kind of weird, crazy ritual.
You can talk to Caleb even while he's meditating, and he'll tell you you can't speak with corpse when there's no tongue. Corpse can't speak.
This guy got tongue.
Yeah, that guy's got his tongue though, right?
He do.
I thought he's.
Okay, and And she's not covered. She's not covered in wax either.
Correct.
My corpse is-
She is not covered in wax.
Okay.
No illusion while I'm in my little nappy. No, I don't know that good. Just like, do I know of any rituals that want part tongue?
Nope. But it is normally done by a long rumored cult far away in Ustala
Oh my god.
that does it to prevent Speak with Dead from being done on their victims. Their symbol is a skull with a gag.
Yeah, they would have got the other one too in that case.
Spoiler alert, I promise the Whispering Way is not involved in this
Yeah.
plot line. You guys have
I
had
started
enough.
talking
You've had
God.
enough. You've had enough. I wouldn't do that to you. I got different bad guys. But that is pertinent knowledge.
I mean, yeah. They got us
It's
that way.
rumored they always take the tongues of anybody they kill if they can.
A new meaning to hold.
Or the jaw, or they smash the head. They think very much about
Oh,
Speak with Dead.
So mechanically, any mechanics are fucked up. Like if they
Yeah.
take the bottom half of the jaw, they can't be like,
If the person can't talk, then the corpse can't.
won't get sucked out. I had another. Go ahead. It's not important to the plot. I'm gonna
Okay.
write that.
Anything else from the examination?
Just that similar neck wound, that's it. He said that's
Okay.
what made you think of it.
Any other thoughts or questions for this doctor, guys?
No.
All right. How much longer do you need to speak before we can speak with Dead there, Mr. Caleb?
Another 52 minutes. Just leave me down here. I like it.
All right.
Is this how you've always started this campaign?
Oh,
Okay. I must depart, friends. I must wake up and drive Hitler's brother to the Amtrak tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, Charles. Good to see you, buddy.
Mhm.
Bye, Charles.
Yes.
Bye, Charles.
Bye, guys.
Is Harrison still here?
I believe he's went to
Uh,
Nappy Town. Sleepy Town.
You might have gone to Sleepy Town.
Did he fall asleep? You said you just see his legs on the stream?
Yep,
in.
it's just his legs under the blanket, all tucked in.
Oh yeah, because he was playing from bed.
Uh-huh.
he betted himself.
Me.
Okay. Bye, friends.
See you, Charles.
Thanks for running, Toby.
Thanks for playing, Charles.
Hmm?
I know from experience that if we scream his name really loud, he won't wake up.
Are those his legs? I guess.
Let me see.
Okay. Didn't know
Yeah,
to do that.
those are his legs under a blanket.
Yeah, I think he went to Sleepy Time. He's been getting up early a lot.
Yeah.
He's on a daytime. He's a daytime boy right now.
So dumb.
I need to learn how to do that.
We start that new job. He's gonna be a daytime boy.
Yep.
All right, let's speak with his head.
Okay. Let's see. Speak with Dead on Wario Donager, the wax figure. Okay.
What are the rules for Speak with Dead? You get how many questions?
Three questions.
Every 2 weeks.
The questions shall be asked by Tim. I shall demand a confirmation before each one. What's your first question?
Are there rules on how the person gets to reply?
Yeah, there's some alignment stuff. You want to click the spell, Tim?
If they oppose, yeah, I'll pull it up. If they opposed you in life, they get to try and fuck with you and try and make their answers. Answers are always brief, cryptic, or repetitive, especially if the creature would have opposed you in life.
Okay.
You cast Speak with Dead on the corpse. Dr. Morleben says, I've always found this spell so fascinating.
I bet you have, buddy. I bet you
I
have.
wish I could just walk around casting it on everyone here.
Do you mind while we're doing this? Do you mind performing a full postmortem on that poor lady over there? See if you find anything else on her.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You know, you could buy a wand of this.
Shut up, Caleb.
Oh,
I'm not too good with magic.
he goes, shut up, Caleb.
Shut the fuck up. I really need to capture that soundbite.
Yep.
Okay.
38. He's pretty good at this.
Do we have any thoughts on first question?
Is it as simple as who killed you or what killed you?
That's usually a pretty good place to start. Or to avoid the answer of I don't
How
know,
did you die?
we could ask, what did you see when you were attacked? What attacked you?
That still could get.
That's the same question. Yeah, let's just ask him.
How did you die?
What?
Well,
killed you?
he died from getting his innards ripped out and cut open doing it. So
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him what killed you.
Okay.
That is my first question.
Final answer.
Yeah.
The corpse says, I couldn't see it, but I knew it was there.
maybe how did you know it was there? I mean, I was just beating the shit out of him and attacking him, so that's a good way to know something's there.
Where was he? Do we know where he was? Before the lamp? No, probably not.
Yeah, we don't have that information yet.
Yeah. Do you have any known enemies?
So I got
What is your bank account number?
1, 2, 3.
Do you want to be brought
4.
back as a random race?
Oh my fucking god.
And you have 2,000 gold.
Puddingfoot Bumblecrust. We're not going to spend a great deal of campaign time on this whole should we resurrect everyone thing.
Yes, let's please not.
You're going to get over it.
You just can't. It's got to be player characters and like key NPCs
It
only.
can be whoever, but you know,
You get one, maybe.
it is prohibitively expensive.
Okay. What killed you? I couldn't see it, but I knew it was there.
Mhm.
We think. How did you know it was there? Or maybe how many things were there? Did you hear any words? What did you hear said? What do you guys think?
We don't know if anything was said. You could just.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Did you hear it? Oh no. What did you hear?
If there was a couple of gooners talking.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to think some way to ask it. How could he sense what was there other than the fact that he was being attacked and eviscerated?
What? Maybe like what else did you witness? What did you witness?
Could see though.
Maybe you heard something.
Well, yeah. If you think that envelops the senses, then sure, yeah.
What did you witness?
Final answer.
What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, something like that. What did you witness during the attack? What could you tell about your attack or something like that?
What do you think, Sid?
Okay.
What did you witness during the attack?
Final answer.
Yeah.
I was grabbed by someone very strong. They were right in front of me. They were tall and strong, but I couldn't see them. And they turned me around, and I felt something in the back of my neck. And then there was a great dark hole opened up, and I fell forward into it. That's all I remember.
Caleb looking around. This spell is never that useful. Caleb's like, we got 2 full sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
shit.
ask him his fucking birthday and shut the door on him. We're done here. What the fuck? This spell sucks big balls. Damn, I'm so good at this.
Wait a minute.
I turn to the mortician. What do you want to ask him?
But don't actually ask him, otherwise we lose the third question.
Well, now Caleb has to be the.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb has control of the questions. He says, he says, did the person talk to you? Did he tell you why he was killing you? Is the mortician's question.
That's a pretty good question.
His job is nothing but that question. What killed you? Why? Why did it do it? Why did you eat that cheeseburger, Toby? Why did you stab that person? Why,
What do you think? You guys like Dr. Morlebin's question? I kind of like it.
Yeah. Go with it.
Yes. So, did he tell you why he was killing you?
he asked about people I work with.
Mhm.
He asked about Calvin Carpenter.
There's a secret plot to assassinate Calvin Carpenter. We don't
He's got to
interfere.
go back in. He's got to go back in. It's got to have another hour-and-a-half long RP session with Calvin Carpenter.
And he's asleep. We can see the little legs kicking.
Oh my god. Did he say anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, I'm thinking not Phantasmal Killer. Phantasmal Killer, I think you're familiar. Sid is a
Yeah.
So I don't think it was that, since this based on what we just learned from this guy.
Well, do we think it was human?
Don't know. Sounds like humanoid.
Yeah.
Sounds like humanoid. Sounds like he was interrogated for a while before he was murdered.
Yeah, he was greater invised. He was paralyzed. The assailant was greater invised, paralyzed the victim, and then perhaps dimension doored or some other sort of magical transport. An attempt to
Dimension
gather
transport.
information about the Silver Ravens. Now, this chick, the other lady, got her tongue removed, so we can't ask her any of these things. But she was wearing Silver Raven cosplay. She may have been put through a similar round of interrogations. This doesn't sound like Philaxian handiwork. It might be some Nidalese motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, I know about the Nadal stuff. How much do we know about Nadal in this campaign, Toby?
Nadal is infamous for being a very scary and super serious place that Ravenel shares a border with. There's even some limited trade, Ravenel has a thriving, thanks to Catargo, fishing industry, and Ravenel sells fish to Nadal to feed their people. Probably buys precious minerals or other things from Nadal, but yeah, the Nepalese government is rumored to be undead or involve undead, like vampires and shit. But that's so far away. It's such a crazy rumor. But you guys are like, yeah, it ain't that far fetched.
Yeah. Would we know that they tend to send assassins along with diplomats and do weird, nefarious shit like that? Do we know that in this campaign?
No, Nadal goes to great lengths to be sneaky as fuck about that sort of thing.
Okay.
And they are good at it. Nadal is CIA level foreign policy.
Well, sometimes the CIA is not very covert about what they're doing,
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, they fuck up, but in general, you don't know where they are. You kind of assume they're into everything.
So we wouldn't know much beyond Nadal is kind of scary and occult and sort of undead adjacent.
It's a functional government, but yeah.
We don't know a ton about like their inner workings. Okay. Well, this is someone pretty serious. Greater Invis is no joke. Whatever sort of dimension door or other bullshit they were using on this poor idiot is no joke. They covered him in wax, did a bunch of fucked up shit to him. These cuts seem professional, according to the doctor. Somebody got some real muscle at play here.
did the doctor say those cuts on this guy were they were done with skill? They weren't just hacking away at the body to get the heart?
Very skilled.
Okay.
And if done so while the person was alive, rather pitiless.
Same object that was used to pierce the back of the neck, or a different object?
Possibly same object if the tip of this blade is pointed and curved, and then the blade is incredibly sharp. Maybe.
Like the hook axe that the Shax's cult uses?
Suppose the hole in the back of the neck could be done by something as small as a hooked dagger, or claw or talon or some other particular weapon, and then the cuts across the body are like a butcher's cleaver size blade, but wielded with such strength and steadiness and skill that this man looks more like an expertly butchered deer than an autopsied human. Whoever did this has done it thousands of times.
Well, I know a 7-foot hunk who's gonna make them into bug mash.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think this is pretty good info.
Okay, I'll ask the doctor to do due diligence, do a full postmortem on both bodies. Let us know if he finds anything else. And I hate to say it, but let us know if and when another body like this shows up.
He says, the only other thing I suspect about this young woman, the halfling, is that there was some manner of malice involved, which seems strange for me to say, I know, next to the man coated in wax who was butchered like a deer. But there's no malice in it. This Mr. Doniger was killed out of necessity, and what was done to him was done out of some bizarre ritual, which doesn't make any sense. But the way he was cut was done clinically and expertly and without emotion. And what happened to this young woman was mean and angry and rash.
Well, they don't like us.
It was, he says, I initially thought these mask shards were there from her being hit in the face while wearing the mask, but the mask was shattered and then the pieces were driven into her face in a distinct pattern.
What's the pattern? Any significance to it?
nerve clusters, maximum pain.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
It's good. It's good that we did this campaign instead of fighting angels for poor Sid.
Yeah,
No, she's fine.
at least you're on the good guy's side.
Yeah.
The other campaign, you'd be the ones doing the shit.
I know.
Yeah. The ball
Like,
hustlers.
they killed me.
The dog rape.
The
So
everything.
that's 5 dog
Everything
rape.
above.
Evil. Pure evil.
Well, I think we can. If they asked him about Calvin Carpenter, I think he's likely to be the next victim.
Hell yeah.
We could, and if we think they might be Nidalese vampires, then we do a stakes out stakeout.
God.
You-
No wonder you have -1.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You imagine you're a 12th level like vampire assassin. You cast fucking like 9 rounds of buffs on yourself. You come levitating in to Calvin Carpenter's workshop where he's been working late at night all by himself. And you're like, I'm gonna fucking destroy this guy. And you slam into the ground faster than you're expecting to because there's a nerdy little book reading bitch in the corner with an anti-magic field up, and next to him is Gabriel in full plate with Redeemer, and you're locked in the fucking Thunderdome. That's the plan.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting scenario. Just at the mere mention of Gabriel, you hear a
God, it's like when they say Frau Bluchna and Young
Frau
Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And the horses, yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since our party is literally passing out, and you guys have to catch a train at 7 a.m., shall we pause here?
I think
Yeah.
so. But I
Okay.
took detailed notes on everything we just learned.
All right. Thank you.
They're in the Timmy developments log, and if that's inconvenient for you to access there, I can put them somewhere else for you.
That's fine.
Whenever I got a chunk of text for, I email it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fun to get back on this campaign. Hang on, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop the recording.
I like being the city heroes. Is that nice? It is nice. Yeah. It beats Carrion Crown where everything is bugs. Better than
Yeah, right
those
now,
guys
this
are
is less
treated.
grotesque than CC.
Josh, will you